Well, here we are then. After 8 weeks of this championship season, we are at the finale, and what a place to have the finale. Round 8 of the Adrenaline Racing Community GR3 Season 5 at Dragon Trail Seaside. I am your host, as always, Savvy, and joining me back again, welcome back, Mr. Chili. How are you doing?
I'm back again, boys. 2 weeks off. Gotta love work and things like that, don't you? So it's nice to be back in the booth again. I really need to actually make this more consistent, but it's not. Yeah, as I say, it's nice to be back. It's nice to be able to watch the racing again because I don't like missing the races. It's gonna be good.
We miss you.
Yeah, I'm sure some people do. Some people don't. That's obviously a personal opinion. But yeah, this is it. You know, everything the drives have worked for the 8 weeks. You know, every single race has culminated to this point. Who's going to win it? It's still mathematically possible, even though it seems to be a little bit unlikely for Inman to be able to jump Nuggy in the standings. But we've seen weirder things happen. So yeah, it all comes down to this race.
Yeah, and it will come down to for all the other tiers too, because we've got like 7 tiers running, and I think mathematically, 6 are still on the line. So here we are then, Dragon Trail Seaside. Unfortunately, we're not going to be showing you a hot lap, but like what we did last week, we'll see you live in qualifying in Lobby B. So we'll show you on the fly to tell you like the track map around here. So yeah, it all comes down to this track. As you said, we've raced on this track before, which you competed in this Chile back in the season opener in season 2, and that turned out to be a great race. So I'm hoping this one will be it'll be even more competitive because there's a lot riding on it. We've got some championships to crown.
Yeah, it's completely different having it as a season finisher rather than a season opener. Obviously, everyone wants a season opener you want the best race you can get to start the season off, but there's no pressure as such. This is where, as I said, a lot of things are riding on it, and we've got every single person competing for their tiers. I think that I think as you said, there's only one tier that's been mathematically sewn up, but that doesn't mean that people can't gain positions in it. So driving at a track where something big is on the line compared to your opening race, it changes the dynamic massively. Especially as the corner that we're all going to be watching and the corner that we all love.
Yes.
Which I believe has been renamed by
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
This due to popular demand and everyone knows it as is the chicane of death.
Yeah.
So obviously the entrance to it is not too difficult. You can run side by side through there, but as soon as you get into that second little bit, it's single file. Good luck, buddy. If you're next to someone. So there's going to be so many incidents through there, whether it be someone just because the thing is with it, you hit that curb wrong, you take the line slightly wrong, you're in a wall. There is no. It's almost like a Monaco-esque type thing. On what is considered quite a fun track otherwise. So, especially for qualifying, you've got to run it right to the limit. And even then, if you make it through, you've still got the wall on the outside. Otherwise, you'd be in the ocean. Yeah. So it's probably a good job that they've got the wall there. Yeah, there it is. There it is. You would be right across that pier and into the ocean. So it's dangerous. It's scary, but it separates the men from the boys. So we can expect some fireworks through there, I reckon.
So before we get into qualifying, we'll just get on with how the championship looks then from all the tiers and the teams championship as we're coming into the finale. And as you'll see there on your screen, in the platinum tier championship, Alex still leads the way But with Inman getting his first win a week ago, he is now 24 points, behind Halleck. So he is mathematically possible to win it. Stephen can also win it too. He sits there 52 adrift, but pretty much, Stephen needs a miracle and for Halleck and Inman to slip up there. Kofi, who no-showed last week, is in 4th place in the championship. Agotto 5th. He's missed a few rounds. And Trey Gamer, otherwise known as Night. Is it Night Gamer? I forgot.
Night Rider, I believe.
Night Rider, that was it, yeah. He unfortunately disconnected and he ends 6th for the championship there. But to my calculations, well, someone was saying there in the chat, Inman has to win the race and Halleck to finish, I think, 4th or 5th, maybe lower. And then that's Inman's title. So we're going to keep an eye out on that one for that. In the gold tiers, it is still pretty close in that as well. Rascal, who raced in Lobby A last week, to Law, who competed in Lobby B, but they're still close together in that title running. There is just 23 separating those two. Randy Moore, who actually had his best ever outing last week, he is on 984, just ahead of his clanmate Gianni, and teammate, I reckon. And then Kobu down there on 816. So Kobu kind of struggling, but he was a late call up. He was driving the Hyundai. He's not in this beloved GTR, but so give the benefit of the doubt to Kobu. This one has been very close though. The silver tier category. I mean, this has been like up and down. And it's always been between La Bomba, Pred, and Jerry Bear. But now Martin, ARC Martin, has put himself now into this title race because he's only 38 points adrift of La Bomba, the championship leader. And look how close that is there. La Bomba 818, Pred G 873, Jerry Bear 857, Martin 852. That's going to be really interesting to see how those four will come out on top after this there. So, and I think we're into Lobby B qualifying. So I think we may see all of them compete in it. So that's going to be... Oh, we're still doing A, okay. Producer said we're just going to be doing A, so... Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Anyways, to the Bronze 1 tier championship, Crow Magna, with his 2 outings in Lobby A, the last 2 races, he is now the championship leader by 12 points over Alex Tadia, who's been pretty much dominating the lower tiers, but then got moved up. And now he's down in 2nd in the Bronze 1. Ugarte on 712. Keanu, who made another appearance in Lobby A, he's close behind Ugarte, 50 points adrift. ARC Chris and Lateral, who has unfortunately missed the last 2 meetings, but hopefully we'll get to see him tonight. And then in the Bronze 2, Goofy, that's also very close there. Goofy Gooberson on 628. The CP on 622. Wiley on 608. The Furious on 595 and Havoc DK 574. You could even go back to the Baldy one on 550. That's all quite close there in that tier category. You also notice there too, you got this 8 race bonus thingy and PP, and I don't get all that, to be honest with you. That's a bit too technical for me, but And then this is the championship. I think that it's already been done. I reckon there. The Thunder Pig on 565, Finish Kid on 471. Is that like 84 points? I mean, that's quite a lot of points there for Thunder Pig to lose. So you could say that title's been wrapped up for Thunder Pig. Why not Sean, DD Ranger, Combe, and Matty? Unfortunately, again with his PS4 not working. And then in the Steel Championship, we've got Antibiotic, who was a replacement for Nixon. He leads the championship on 410, and he is 49 points ahead of Eternicus. Goofrey on 324, Verdotum on 22. Or should be fair mistake on 267. Then the Dotum on 261. 221, sorry. Nixon 213 and Julie's on 146. So pretty close there in that championship too. As we go into the reserves, Kevlaro leads the way with his equal and best finish of 7th a week ago at Lagor. And he holds a decent lead over West in 2nd. Mermaid, who unfortunately didn't race because he was in the booth with me, he sits in 3rd. I'm not quite sure if he's racing tonight, don't know. Curtis 666 in 4th. Darth in 5th, who was in Lobby C last week and still won the race. He had to qualify 16th in Lobby C and won the race. Rakiri in 6th, Fubar 7th, Techno Guy in 8th, Alex Gaiman. Then you've got CMR Dominguez, WR Metcalf, the original J-Boy, Joska, Slimmy Cam, and Splurge. Then that is it for the reserves. And look how close this is then for the team standings there. Zent Team 7 Performance and Kerrygold Racing, only 7 points between those two teams. It's going to be interesting to see who will come out on top in that. Alien Hunter Racing on 2,500 exactly. Glitch Globetrotter Racing, powered by AWS, on 2,492. They are 80 points ahead of the Comrie Cowboy Racing Group. Victoria's Secret is on 2,299. They are 43 ahead of Manchester City Motorsports, Team Tiger Kings, Ben & Jerry's Racing, and Charity Racing bringing up the field. And that is pretty much everything apart from the standings. So we're getting ready for qualifying soon. We've just been told now it's going to be Lobby A. It's going to be, qualifying is going to be the most important one of them all, I reckon. Not for, because, you know, it's the last round of the championship. You've got the Death Chicane to worry about too. So this is hugely important for every driver in there for tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, qualifying is going to be tricky for everyone. You know, especially with the way that we've seen the snake of everyone following each other during the quali sessions. One mistake through that death chicane will kill everyone behind. So it's that risk versus reward of, do you want to stick behind someone for the slipstream and then potentially mess up your lap, or, you know, get some clear air and then it's all on you. So it's going to be a close one. But again, that chicane is just going to separate people so easily. So, you know, some people will be able to go through there flat, no question, every single lap. Others will get that one lucky one. And we could see, you know, it happen in the lower lobbies again, where someone will just get a great run through there and just, you know, nail the lap. But having said that, it is still a technical track elsewhere. We don't want to focus too much just on that corner, because that would be it's almost like a bit of an Eau Rouge Radion situation at Spa. Everyone goes, that is the corner that you go to see, but it's not like the rest of the track isn't tricky. You know, you got the turn 1-2 complex, really easy to lose the rear end on acceleration coming up, because it lures you into the sense that you can put the throttle down and it just doesn't. You got that, obviously, that really quick kink to the right just immediately after that, which the curb there will murder people quite happily. And then obviously you got the nice sweeping S's through the middle sector, and you got to get your line through there, otherwise it's all nice and flowing through that bit. You need to make sure that you pick out your line and nail every single apex as you go. So the rest of the track is very, very technical. And it is one of those ones that feels amazing to get right, because it does flow so well. But again, it can all you could be on a purple lap by 0.3 and just throw it all away without even thinking about it. And that's where we're going to see the drivers have to take the measured risk of going through there. Yeah,
indeed. Yeah, I mean, this is just a fun racetrack to be on. You know, as you said, it's, you know, flowing, you know, momentum track. It's just a lot of fun. And I mean, we raced here back in season 2, and got told by our producer that qualifying is about to start. So we will get that underway. If we see it on our screen, 10 minutes of this. Well, I'll mention what I was saying there after qualifying. So out goes Inman, just blocking the path of Randy.
Good job there's no unsafe releases in Gran Turismo, because I think he'd be getting a slam dunk penalty for that one.
Indeed. So there's a Lieutenant Inman, probably feeling confident enough to pick up his first win after a string of 4th place finishes this season. He's finally, you know, broke the duck, so to speak.
I don't think he particularly wants to be at the front here. I know Inman has the pace to do it by himself, but obviously depending on where Nuggy is in the lobby or in the snake, he might be taking advantage of the slipstream here a little bit. So I won't be surprised to see Inman sort of pull over here potentially.
Good to see them.
So.
No,
Oh wait.
again.
Oh yeah. I think Alex actually left the lobby.
Yeah, he did. And here there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Yep, he's back again. So Alex is going to get extra time because of a bug apparently being told by our producer. And
Well,
this is the Death Chicane here.
Ignore everything I said then. Nuggy's going to be completely out of the snake. So in actual fact, it's helped Inman out quite a bit. Go Inman, go!
Don't forget, there will be a bounty on Alex from what happened last week, from what Kev was saying. So here we go. And there's look then at Inman, just about to start across the start finish line to do. Should we do a hot lap then?
Yeah.
Right on board with Inman. So here we go. When he's crossed the line, this is the first of the flying laps. This is turn 1, pretty much flat out through there. I mean, if you make a mistake through there, then you must be like some sort of idiot. Brake up out the start of the curve for turn 2 and 3, the bastard chicane. You can see you just go over the hill. The car can get very unsettled on the exit there. Little corner there, and then as you were saying here, the fast right-hand kink here, clutch turn 4, takes an awful lot of curb there, down possibly to second, maybe first gear for Larini, and then that's the end of the first sector coming up. And now this is the 6, 7, 8, 9 complex here. That's turn 6, down into Hydra, turn 7. Probably go down a gear, and then you'll be just flat out through here. Turn 8, Pirelli, down into Phoenix, turn 9. A little bit of a straightaway. This is the first of 3 penalty bounds coming up to now, just at turn 10 right here, and then in towards turn 10, called Sharp now. I think that's probably like second, maybe first gear. Let the car swing out wide, just to keep the power on, and then in towards this Death Chicane. And let's see how Inman's going to take this corner here. That's 11 and 12. Here we go, Death Chicane. Absolutely, look how ragged that looked, though, eh? Absolute ragged. Coming up to the second of the penalty bounds, and then breaking down maybe into second gear for the last turn. Medusa, turn 15. He takes an early approach in, and then hard onto the power, and then this is where the third of 3 penalty bounds is, and that is a lap around Dragon Trail. So let's see what Inman can do. It's a 35.4 for Inman, and he's a 10th quicker than Randy Moore. Kofi goes third. Nice to see Kofi back there after no showing last week. So Randy Moore goes second. Stephen goes into third. Rascal goes P5. Kobu in 6th. Mermaid 7th. Law in 8th. Don't forget Law and Rascal having their battle in the Gold Championship, as well as Mermaid. Good to see him back racing again. He did a thoroughly fine job in the booth last week. There is Law down in 9th. And there is Alex, championship leader.
So yeah, so he's going to get one more lap other than everyone else because of the extra time he's going to get for the thing. Although I feel like we should maybe give him a little bit of a handicap. He's been so dominant throughout the year. Let's give him one less lap. Nah, we've got to keep it fair for everyone. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what Nuggy can do in the clear air. I noticed that whilst obviously the car of Inman's seemed to be bumping about on those curbs, he took that chicane really well. It was very, very good through there. So he's done a good job to get it through there, especially on the first lap. That's the easiest time to make the mistake. So I'm sure he'll be very happy with that lap, and it'll give him something to chase after. And obviously now Nuggy will chase after it as well. So there's
so
one.
Fun. That's Stephen. Stephen's a victim of the Death Chicane.
There's one, and as I said, Rascal's been affected by it because he was so close to Stephen through there. So that's going to be unfortunate for both of them. But Rascal gets out of the way very well.
So let's see what Alex can do. 1:35.4 is the target to beat. He's going to complete his first time lap, and it will put him third, just a quarter of a second slower than Inman. And also, Randy Moore still sitting there in second place. Now, Kofi, he's been one of the quickest guys in qualifying. He's been very, very consistent in the high and die, but just unfortunately, he's been, caught up in some unlucky incidents, so to speak, as Kofi. Runs a little wide through Luini's.
Yeah, obviously, he's been back in Sardinia. He got caught up with Inman as well. So Kofi's been there. It's just he has never really had the rub of the green, as you were saying, with the whole luck thing. He is quick, but he just can't seem to get that race to get or that drive together to get there. So that's a very impressive lap from Randy, though, to be within a tenth of Inman.
Yeah, flying. So I think the Mercedes are always going to run good here. I mean, if you think back to season 2, BK, when he was driving the Merc, he was flying through this track. So, it's no surprise that the Mercedes drivers will be quite competitive through here. Here's a look then at Rascal, 8th fastest for him. You won't be too happy to see Law quicker than him, though. Don't forget, Law and Rascal are fighting for the gold tier championship. Let's ride on board then with Rascal, trying to get a tow from Kofi. In fact, he backs off of it. We've got about nearly 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. There's a look then at Night Racer. He's a victim of the death chicane, and I think that was someone else. That was Gianni
as well. Yeah, so both of the Mercedes understeering into that outside wall.
Gianni kind of followed suit there.
So we're seeing exactly what we thought. I mean, it's a good job there's no damage model in this game, because that place would be littered with car parts at this point. Inman just running wide, but he's still up. It might give him dirty tyres through this bit, so it might not actually be a good lap for him.
Also, to note too, they've also blitzed the qualifying lap record by about 1.2 seconds. But I mean, we've said this before. No fuel wear, no tyre wear. It's just an out-and-out brawl for 10 minutes for these drivers. So
also importantly, back then, the skill level that of Arcus in general has come on leaps and bounds since then. So every single driver in here probably could have beaten the drivers back then. So it's really cool to see how Arc has progressed throughout the years. So I mean, we could probably go down to 9th and still be beating that whole time. So definitely one for the record books. But let's see if Inman can actually improve it, because I think he's just coming across the line now, and he did by 0.005 of a second. So,
and even though we nearly lost it in Lorini's too, so I mean, I think he's still got plenty left in the tank though with his Inman. But let's see what Alex can do, because he was blue in the last sector, and he goes to 2nd now. And the gap is coming down. He needs to find, only 3,000 still quick ahead of Randy, but he needs to find an extra 10th or 2 to put Inman into 2nd. And he's got we've got to see 90 seconds left, but he's got more time, because obviously he disconnected from the lobby. There's a look at Stephen in 4th.
I've just noticed his little thank you message on the side. That's sweet.
Oh, was that? What did it say? I didn't know.
It says thank you Arc on the side of their car. I quite like that. That's a nice little touch. Look at that. There it is.
Oh yeah. And the championship goes to Stephen. Well done, Stephen.
Yeah, well done. That's it.
Stephen's won the title. That's it. Game over now. He was blue in the first sector, so he's still going to improve on his time. He needs to find another 10th if he can get ahead of Randy Moore.
The Supra is very strong here, so I'm surprised he's not really pushing Hallex and Inman up the top there. He should be right with them at the moment. Oh, he gets a slide out of the hairpin.
Sideways out of Sharp there. Just noticed their Law in 5th, so that's good there for the Aston driver.
Yeah, Law's a bit of a dark horse here, I think. Does Stephen get through cleanly? He does. Law's there.
Gee, that was nearly unfortunate there, because Law unghosted when he smacked the wall off the death chicane.
I wonder if he got distracted by that slightly, and whether that'll affect his time. But Law did well to get out of the way at that point.
Qualifying is over now. Oh, Rascal's just scraped the wall. That's not going to help.
He should get out of the way of Randy Moore, and he does. Yep.
Yeah, and does move out of the way. Hopefully that's going to affect Randy's time. So cars are coming across the line to end their qualifying run. Also noticed there too, we haven't seen Darth in his qualifying, but he sits 8th at the moment. There's a look at Night Racer further behind, exiting Medusa. And someone's actually gone quicker. I don't know who was that, because Rascal's now down to 11th. I think that might have been Kobu, I'm not too sure.
I don't think Rascal's going to be particularly happy with that time. I think he's going to be a bit upset. Oh, as Hallex is right on the tail of Mermaid.
And he can't overtake, can't he? So he's going to be hampered. He's going to be hampered. That's it. That's it for qualifying for Alex.
Oh, he's getting
and he gets into the back
as well. Alex, you need to calm down, buddy. Like, that's it.
Yeah, he's not going to improve 4 attempts. Qualifying's done now, unfortunately for Alex.
Yeah, just to reiterate as well, you are not allowed to overtake a driver while they're on their hot lap. It's considered obstruction. So the driver in front always has a right to complete their lap. If they pull over out your way, that's fine. But that's their choice to do it, not yours.
Inman actually improved. He went to a 35.3.
Yeah,
and still did too. So he did improve by nearly a tenth.
But
I don't know if Alex...
he's going to get another go. This is his other chance.
Who, Alex?
Yeah, Alex gets another go.
Oh, this is okay then, right?
So
he's going for it though.
I know he has pulled over. No, he's.
Oh, he has pulled out. Okay, so that was his 1 lap. So there you go. Inman gets a pole position there. And looking at my stats here, that will be Inman's 4th pole position, the first one since Alsace earlier this season. So well done to them. There's a look then at how they were. Top 12 there, only 1.6 seconds there. And there's a look at Mermaid in 12th in that Dodge Viper. Looks like he's a bit struggling in there, but hopefully not going to affect him for the Reserves Championship there. But there you go. First blood then to Inman in this title race, and he'll be happy with that.
He'll be happy. He's done what he needed to do. That's all he can ask for. But obviously, Nuggy's not going to give him any breathing room at all. You know, he would be wanting Nuggy to be down in 5th or 6th. So again, he's done everything that he can do. There's no shame in that. But it is an uphill battle for him this race, I feel. He's got to hope that Nuggy does get involved in something, through the first turn, and then just break away. That's all Inman can do right now. It's just break away and run his own race. That's because then he can hold his hands up and say, "That's it. The rest of the season didn't go well. At least I did well in the final race." So it's much closer between some of the drivers. Again, Randy Moore has shocked me a little bit, jumping up to 3rd there. I wish we saw how he got that lap, because that seems to be from nowhere almost.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, just looking at his stats then for qualifying, it would be by far his best ever one. He actually beaten his previous best last week to Lago, and it was 6th position. But here he's going to be starting. Was it 3rd? Was it 3rd or 4th?
Yeah, third, I believe.
Yeah, so watch out for him. He could upset the party in this title race with Alex and Inman and Stephen as well.
Yeah, so it's there's certainly some people, or some drivers around who can throw some upsets, as you say. So let's see how people cope with it. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird grid again. There's obviously the status quo at the front, but then it's all a bit mixed as we go down. Let's see what Lobby B and Lobby C are doing. Because there might be some drivers popping up from there as well. Yeah,
must qualifying for the Lobby B or Lobby C drivers, to like the silver class drivers. Some of the like the bronze tier. We've seen a few bronze tier drivers compete in Lobby A. We've seen some, quite a few silver tier drivers, and again, it's going to be huge for their championships if they can get into Lobby A race. It's definitely going to be really compelling to see what the qualifying times are going to be like, because every one of them will, they'll try their damnedest to get into Lobby A, and I know they have done for like the last 7 races, but we couldn't unfortunately stick in 14 of them. But hopefully we get to see some new people compete in Lobby A and fight for their respective titles, so to speak.
Yeah, that's probably the only problem with obviously the way that the lobbies work with regards to, obviously, one of the guys gets a really good lap and can jump into a lobby higher up. The other good drivers don't really have much of a chance to improve them or beat them on track. They just have to hope to do it, or that their race doesn't go well. So that's something that we have to work with. But hopefully the drivers that are all very, very close together points wise, we'll stay in the same lobbies, and we can have some good title races throughout the entirety of the grid.
Yeah. Just to also mention here before we talk more about the racing, what we're going to be seeing tonight, give this race a thumbs up. I don't know. Kev set out a target of getting 400 subscribers by the end of the season. Where are we at now? 381. Did you say? Yeah, 381 subscribers. So 19 away. So I mean, it's come on. If there's anyone that's new to this, new to this channel, give us a subscribe and give us this race a thumbs up. And even if you want to be involved in this, there'll be a link in the description. And we welcome you with open arms, and you'll get a personal message from Mermaid, like he says last week. And you do the instructions, the rules on there, and then you're good to go do your rookie race, and then you could be fighting for this championship when season 6 comes out. But there's also some other races as well. You've got the SNS and.
Well, that's the thing. So obviously, this is obviously our main event, but that doesn't mean that other things don't get run in between. There's lots of casual events to get involved in. I know for a fact that there are some more secret streamed stuff that we're going to be doing in the up and coming months. While we have the break from Gr.3, not going to say much more because obviously it's still all in the pipeline and in the works, but there is definitely some stuff going on behind the scenes. So we always like to have our serious races like the Gr.3 ones, and then we have the more casual side of things. And obviously, we still expect the ARC etiquette and all things like that. Don't worry, it's not a massacre in those lobbies. However, it is nice to let our hair down and have a bit of fun with different cars and different challenges. So they'll be announced, I think, in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I believe, in the Discord. So if you want to get involved, then just keep an eye out on all the channels, or even join if you haven't joined the community yet, and see what takes your fancy, basically, and join us.
I will say this though, next week we are having another endurance racing. If you think back to, I think it was prior to the Gr.3 Championship, we did do a 90-minute enduro at Blue Moon with the Red Bull Juniors and the Gr4 cars. It's happening again for next week, but this time we are going to the sister track of what we're racing it tonight, the Dragon Trail Gardens, with the Red Bull Juniors and the Gr4 cars. And sign-ups is already in one of the descriptions. So, like I says, if you want to come get yourself involved in it, get a rookie race, and then put your name down for the endurance series, and the more the merrier.
Yeah, I do believe that there's 5 slots left. Basically, it's between the Red Bull Racing Junior car and a GT4 class, which obviously is just open. I think the FF cars are banned because the BOP on those is not particularly balanced. But yeah, if you're interested in either of those cars or interested in a new challenge, then that's all within the Discord as Savvy says, and just make sure to get your rookie series done, and then you can join in. Why it's on Gardens, I do not know. I've never liked the Gardens track. I mean,
that's quite a nice track too.
No. The Gardens track's awful. I think I really dislike the Gardens track.
Really? Blame Rascal for that.
So yeah, I know. It's Rascal all the time. He's always choosing these tracks. So I've done the plug for it now, and now I can go back to my normal self and slate it all the time now. It's always gonna be fun. Whatever track we race on, it always works out. I mean, people were, or the community was worried about Tokyo this season, and whilst yes, it was a little bit more messy than usual, people still, made it through and made it. It's all about the mindset of wanting a clean race, and people are more than capable here, and that's what we like about it. So Gardens is one of those tracks where you either love it or you hate it. Obviously, I'm in the hate it camp, but it's what people make of it, and genuinely, the way that the classes or the way that the cars are set up is certainly an interesting dynamic because the Red Bull Juniors are going to be rapid through the corners
Hmm.
compared to the GT4s. But then I do believe the GT4s are quicker on the straights, so it's going to be it's going to be a very, very interesting dynamic throughout that entire race.
I have to say, I did do a bit of testing around the Gardens track with the Red Bull Junior cars. It's just, I think it's dead fun. I think it's really fun. I'm not going to put my name in for it because I've passed it. I've done. But no, the Red Bull Junior car really handles quite well around the Gardens. So I'm looking forward to that. I think there was also talks of an endurance championship somewhere down the line, and there's also another sort of mini series that Techno said to me, but that's also in the pipeline. That's happening, maybe like a month or two down the line. So we've got some stuff planned already. It's I've lost the word I was going to say, but we've still got stuff there waiting, and so yeah. I'm struggling on what to say.
great advertising, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no, it's this is our crown jewel. This is one that everyone wants to win, but that doesn't mean that there's nothing else to do within Arc. So it's going to be very exciting. Again, everything's just being finalized, and obviously we want to get season 5 out of the way first before we start focusing on other things. So yeah, it's definitely keep an eye on things, and things will be announced in the coming weeks. So it should be fun. And I believe in one of them I'll be getting my driving gloves back on. So so if that's going to certainly interest some people.
It's interested me already.
Because people seem to oddly miss me on track. I don't know why, but yeah, it's going to be. It's interestingly enough for me to enter it, so I want to, and it's one of my favorite class of car and favorite cars in the game. So we'll see how I can do and how I can perform after being about 9 months off the game. So
I was just about to say, am I right in saying the last time we saw you on stream would be that Endurance Racing Championship when you were driving that shouty, horrible sounding Mazda?
My Mazda. I love the Mazda, even though it's an awful car to drive. I love the Mazda so much. Yeah, I think so. I think that was the last time I was on the.
I think that was.
The last time I was driving.
Yeah,
Honestly, cannot remember. But that's not what we're focusing on at the moment. Let's focus on the race at hand.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told by Law. He's just messaged me. So thank you, Law, for doing the maths for us. But he's told me that if he can win gold tier if he finishes 5th or above, that is his minimum. That is where he has to finish, no matter what. And that gives him the chance to beat Rascal, because I believe Rascal's top of gold tier.
He's top of gold tier. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he is top by about 23 points.
So Law has to finish 5th to win it. So that's a tall order, but he's definitely got his the grid position to be able to capitalize on and do it. So we'll be keeping an eye on Law throughout this.
It could be a nervy time for Rascal because he was in 11th in that lobby.
Yeah, it's
and there was only 12 people that were in there too, so it could be touch and go if Rascal can make it into lobby 8 too.
He's like I said, I don't think he'll be particularly happy with that lap, and I think he just got unlucky. The amount of times when we cut to him and there was a car spun out in front of him, or he tapped the wall through the chicane of death. So I think Rascal just didn't have a clean quali run, unfortunately. So, but that's the way it goes. You got 10 minutes to perfect it, and everyone's in the same boat. So it's gonna be interesting to see whether he actually does make it into lobby. I hope he does, because again, I want the two of them to be battling on track rather than in the separate lobbies. But we'll have to wait and see when all the times are in.
Yeah, then that will probably happen. hopefully within the next 10 to 15 minutes. Another championship I'm really looking forward to see is the silver tier, because I was saying it earlier, 4 drivers out of the 5 separating by 28 points. I'd love to see all of them compete in Lobby A and just see them just go have at it around Dragon Trail, because La Bomba leads the way, 7 points at the Pregi, who no showed last week because I think he was on holiday. I think he was. And you got Jenny Bear on 857, and then Martin, who Martin Brewer, who's now known as ARC Martin, he's on 852, 28 points. Like it says, it is still anyone's guess who can win the silver tier category.
Yeah, and Jerry's always been. I was speaking to him last night, and he was telling me the fact that when he made his appearances into Lobby A, he wasn't really thinking about it or anything like that. He just suddenly went, "Oh, I'm in Lobby A," and then as soon as he started thinking about it, he never made it again. So he's of the opinion of this time. He's just sort of gone, you know what? It's going to be where it'll be. We'll wait and see what happens and whether he appears in Lobby A. But he did have some very choice language about this track. He's not particularly happy about this track. So I don't think. Unfortunately, I don't think we will be seeing Jerry in Lobby A. But
you never know.
You never know. You never know. I'm waiting for him to react in the chat now, because he's definitely there. Hello, Jerry. Oh, hello, Marvelous as well. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, Marvelous. Yes, one of our designers for ARC.
Nice to see Marvelous in here as well.
I think he competed last season, but decided to give it a miss, so he was having a long break and what have you.
Yeah, I think season 4 was a turning point for some people of just being like, maybe I want to go on and try other things and do other things. So, I mean, Marvelous's liveries and things like that are fantastic. They're some of the best things I've seen on a car. So, and the stuff that he did for Team Arc and things like that was always fantastic. So, he's always near and dear to our hearts in Arc for what he does. So it's nice to see him again in and seeing him pop his head in. So, yeah, it's always nice when some of the old boys come back in and say hello. Oh, we got the quality results. Here we go.
We got the qualifying that are in. I don't know if they're shown on screen, but there you are. So there you can see that Inman leads the way ahead of Hallex by nearly a quarter of a second. Randy Moore, who's 3,000 slower than Hallex. Stephen Gianni, that's a good qualifying from Gianni, the other Merc driver, in 5th. Law 6th. Martin, one of the silver tier drivers, in 7th and leading it then. You got Kofi in 8th. I think that's possibly Kofi's worst qualifying of the season, if I want to say that. Yes, indeed it is. He's had a pole and his worst has been a 4th, so that is his worst qualifying of the season. Preg, another silver tier driver, in 9th. Keanu in 10th. Another good showing for Keanu. I think that's his 3rd time competing in the Lobby A. For the bronze driver, that's pretty good going. Knight Rider Cro Magna making a hat trick of appearances in Lobby A. La Bomba Negra, another silver tier driver, and Darth, but more importantly, no Rascal. So it's lost to lose, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. Hang on, he's also messaged me about what in Lobby B. Law has to finish in 4th. So that's assuming Rascal wins Lobby B, because that's how the points work. Remember, there's some overlap in the bottom of the lobby and the top of the lobby of Lobby B, because we consider it harder to win a race in a lobby compared to boostling around at the back. So that's where the points cross over a little bit. So that's why it's not particularly a linear thing between Law finishing 5th if Rascal's in Lobby A and finishing 4th in Lobby B. Bit of a funky thing about that, but that's the way that the point system works here. So
you can see there, top to bottom there, just over 1 second. Again, very close, like it was last week at Lago. Into Lobby B, and you'll see where Rascal's going to be starting. And as you can see there, it'll be the Manchester City Motorsport driver of Latido making his comeback there. He is down on the pole. Actually, he was faster than the guy that was in last place in Lobby 8, but unfortunately he had to do a 3 grid place penalty. That's a shame there. And he'll be alongside his former co-commentator, Kobe, back in season 1. So that's going to be interesting to see there. The Baldy one with a good qualifying effort there in third. The Finnish kid, he's sitting second in the Steel Tier Championship, I think it was. I can't mind. But he's out-qualified Thunderpig, as you can see. He's starting last. Nico and Nez Rascal starting in P6 in Lobby B. Then you've got Chris 7th, Gr.3 8th, the CP 9th, Jelly Bear down in 10th, the only driver not to meet the Silver Tier guys in Lobby A. So he's got a lot of work to do. And like he says there in the chat, he's not too fond of it. Antibiotic, his teammate in 11th, Mermaid down in 12th, Wiley 13th for Naked T Thunderpig, dominating that championship with the Finnish kid. But I think he'll be playing a little bit cautiously, I think, with Thunderpig to thingy the title for him.
Yeah, I mean, surprised that we've seen. I don't think has Wiley been in Lobby B this season yet. I think this is his first appearance in Lobby B.
Oh, I don't know. Possibly.
I don't remember him being that high up. So he's done well there. I mean, even with the three place penalty for Rascal, I mean, he'd only been P3, so he was going to always struggle to be in Lobby A with that time. It's unfortunate just the way that it's played out. So he's got a lot of work to do, has he? And he's also got to hope that Law, doesn't get fourth place in order to win it. So he's definitely up against the wall with that one.
To be fair, though, Rascal's got a lot of help, though, because he's got 3 other teammates in that group there. You've got the Finnish kid, Jerry, and Antibiotic.
So they could all be working together here, yeah.
They could all work together, yeah, indeed. No, so you can note this there. 2 7/10 separating pole to last in that lobby. Into Lobby C. We go. That's okay there. And we've got Gr.3 on the pole. And he was already 1.6 off of Alex's time, but he is starting pole in Lobby C. Alex Tanier in second. That's going to be a little bit disappointing for Alex, considering that Crow is in Lobby A for the 3rd straight race. The Furious 2 in 3rd. Techno Guy 4th. Vidotum, DD Ranger, Havoc, DK, Rhino Sean, Fubar, Nixon, Eternicus, and Julie's completing the field. So only 42 starters in tonight's race, which is still quite a lot. But there you go.
Yeah, I mean, without trying to put anyone down, obviously Lobby C is a bit status quo there with the drivers that we've seen in there quite often. So it's interesting to see how close everyone was between the cutoff between A and B. Though it's quite a surprise how close it really was between everyone. So. I mean, as you said, I don't think Alex will be particularly happy with that. I mean, obviously, he has made a couple of Lobby A appearances himself. So he's probably going to be a little bit disappointed being in Lobby C there. But that's not to say that he's not going to have a good race. He can still have good fun down there in Lobby C, and that's obviously what we're really here for is fun. So. Yeah, it's one of those things.
I bet you're disappointed there to see Lado, because if he didn't have that 3 good place penalty, he would have started 12th, and then we would have seen the 2 best things you could have seen: your Citroen and your Man City there competing.
You're pushing the boundaries here. But yeah, well, to be fair to Lateral, and I know that this is the reason he hasn't appeared in a couple of last races. He's I think he's done his back in, or
he did his back in. Yeah,
he's driving around with a lot of pain at the moment. So it's quite, it's fair enough that he's even racing this week. Obviously, I think he wanted to finish the season off more than anything. Of course, that's what everyone wants to do. They want to go out with a bang. So, I mean, even to get essentially P12 is very, very good for Lateral, considering the amount of pain he sounds like he's in. So, got to give him, fair dues for that. But I swear I didn't place that 3-place grid penalty on him for driving different. No, I'm joking. He's done a fantastic job this season, considering that's why I'm here. He wanted to jump in. He wanted to give the racing a go. So we let him. We let him out of his com box cage, so he could race, and he's done very well for himself.
To get rid of me, basically, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You scared him off, sadly.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's done very well this season. I've been impressed with him, considering how probably out of practice he really was when it comes to driving, being our main commentator for so long. So I have to give hats off to him for his performances throughout this season.
And let's not forget too, I mean, that he made the show at Tokyo, and we had an interview with him, and he said that I think it was like a week before he lost his granddad, and yeah, he's not had the easiest time in this season. So that shows the mentality and the want to race and the things that we want to see from people. So again, at the height, he's been a pleasant surprise this season, as have most people. I think everyone's had their highs, everyone's had their lows. I mean, I've been impressed with the GTSV guys coming in and performing the way that they have been. They've integrated into the community very nicely. Obviously, it can be difficult with having a different clan name in front of your names. There's always that rivalry between people immediately, but they've settled in. Yeah, and they've settled in. Everyone's greeted them with open arms, and then they've used this as a learning experience. Again, behind the scenes, I've been speaking to them, and they've been a lovely bunch of guys. So they've been wonderful to work with this season. And we hope to see them more in ARC events too, because I mean, obviously, because this is the last round of the championship, this is when the silly season starts. Everyone's swapping and changing, like we've seen in season 4. Thomas had left, Dan's has left, Ruby's has left, and Alex Rogers have left. They've now moved on. I hate to see these drivers go too, because I mean, these have been a good bunch, and the racing again has been very fun. I mean, I'd hate to see some of these drivers go.
I think we've got a nice bunch of guys now. It's a revolving thing. People are gonna come, people are gonna go. But yeah, it's been a nice experience with these new drivers coming in, the new blood. Because without them, we wouldn't be having any races today. So hats off to everyone who's put in the effort, put in the time. Because again, I know for a fact of how much time you have to put in to compete, even with the guys like Inman and Nuggy.
Oh wow, you say that actually. Sorry to cut you off though, but see when we did the race last week at Lago, I was in a lobby. I think it was like a few hours after race 7. I think this was about midnight. It must have been like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and Nuggy was practicing a week before the final round. Like a few hours after finishing second in the penultimate round, he was there practicing for round 8. I mean, that's just the practice, the dedication that some drivers to take to win this championship.
But that shows you what it takes.
Yeah,
again, there is always a natural talent involved in. Of course, there is. Again, someone's naturally a chef, someone's naturally gifted at music. Whether they, football, baseball, all the sports in the world, that people are going to be naturally gifted at it, but it's the time and effort that it takes to actually then culture that talent into what it is, and genuinely, if you put the time in, you can do crazy things. I mean, my own dad has been getting involved in sim racing now. I've managed to convert him into sim racing, which is pretty nice. We're going to it. I'll finish off that story another time.
Okay then. So we've got Eamon, Alex, Randy Moore, Stephen Gianni, Law, Martin. Oh damn it, Martin Kofi, Pred, Jake, Keanu, Night Ray, Racer, Cro-Magnon, La Bomba, and Darth. That's the 14-car field. So the cars are going to get into single file for the start of the final round of the championship. Left. I
think we're going to have a little bit of a red flag start here.
I think that's Night Racer. Yeah, he had this problem last week, didn't he? So they may have to restart this again. Actually,
we'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll see a message come up if they are going to restart. I think Inman I think Inman's
They're
paused
gonna,
and restarting here. Yeah, there we go.
yeah, okay then.
So
Yeah,
not the start.
it's the same what happened last week with Night Racer because he was battling and then all of a sudden he disconnected. So it's obviously a problem must be with his end or his routers just there playing up. But it's obviously something that we don't see. I think in the terms of the rules, I think you are allowed one.
You're
If it
allowed.
happens
You're
again,
allowed. You're allowed two. And then
two,
if
okay.
because again, if it happens obviously at the start, we can quite easily reset. But anything more than two, it's a case of we go, and if you're either stuck, disconnect, or whatever is happening, whatever your issue is, unfortunately, that's just the way the thing goes. Because obviously we've got to get the race going. So fingers crossed, it's not going to take too long. It only take a couple of minutes to reload the lobby and everything. But it sounds like quite a few people are having issues with the lobby. So.
Or if it's not prolifically playing up again, I hope.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, that's part of sim racing, isn't it? Again, you got to look at it as sometimes. I mean, you saw it in Formula 1, Sergio Perez, where his car just shuts off at the start of the race. You know, like it was basically a blue screen. Someone needs to edit that. Actually, he needs to edit the GT Sport thing onto his little screen on his wheel. That'd be a fantastic edit. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's racing. Things can happen, but luckily, because it is a virtual world, we get the opportunity to restart and go again. So,
Speaking of re-going again, what about the story with your father getting into sim racing?
well, yeah. So he's obviously watched Arc. He's watched me drive and stuff like that, and he's always wanted the opportunity to do it. So I said, why not then? You know, there's nothing stopping you. It's a game. Everyone can get involved and can get started somewhere. So sat him down, been teaching him the ropes. Obviously, he's still on automatic gears and things like that, but the progress is there, and that's because he's putting the time in. He's generally gained about 3 seconds a lap just from the first 2 weeks of putting in the time. So if you want to do it, you can do it. You just got to put that time and effort into it, and I maintain that. And always be comfortable with the fact that you may not always be the quickest. There's always going to be someone out there who's faster. For whatever reason, whether again it's that natural talent or they just put more time in because they can. But it's yeah, I mean, the sacrifices you've got to make to compete right at the top. No one gets there without some form of practice. That's not how that works.
I'll tell you what, I can see the picture now for season 6. If you can get your old gamer tag in, you can have Chili Nom Nom and Daddy Nom Nom racing against each other. The one of them, what is that? Oh, come on, let's make that happen. Come on.
No, I don't think I particularly want to be racing against my own dad. That's just going to end it.
That's going to make. He's going to beat you.
That's going to make some awkward dinners, isn't it? If something happens on track.
Pot noodles now.
Yeah, exactly. I won't get my dinner on Sundays anymore. I'm going to teach him to a point, and I'm going to be like, right, this is your job now. I can't give him all the secrets. Yeah, but it's nice to see. It's good fun.
Yeah, hopefully we get to see your dad compete in season 6. Whether it could be later on in the year, now that we heard that GT7's now postponed until 2022, could be an opportunity. We may have another Gr.3 championship later on in the year, or are we still going to wait for GT7 to come out and start season 6? Who knows? You know, we'll cross that bridge when the time comes there. But you know, we've got plenty of months there ahead of us, and we've got plenty of racing later on during the months. You know, with the endurance championship, more endurance racing, a mini series that the guys thinking of. So you know, we'll see if season 6 will start later on in the year.
Don't put a date on it, Savvy. Like,
no, I won't put a date on it. No. Oh no, I won't.
That's promising too much. No, but again, if there's enough want for it, of course we'll run it. There's never going to be a no to that. So I'm sure people will want a season 6. We might do a season 6. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. It's but even watching it, and even this season, it's been great fun. I've absolutely enjoyed every single moment of it. Obviously,
what's been your favourite moment then?
honestly, it's probably the first race.
All right, okay.
Because for a number of reasons, and it's a bit of a selfish reason, but it was my first commentary in the season. So, you know, I've grown throughout this season as well. It's not easy. This trying to find the words to say and try and string it all together is very, very difficult, and I still stutter over my words sometimes and things like that. But
the joys of being a number 2 commentator.
Yeah, exactly. I can give
the problems what I had when I was with Lateral.
So that was obviously a big moment for myself, but the race was really good. West appearing from nowhere again and blowing everyone out of the water and completely subverting all of our expectations of him being there. He's been. I wish that he was here more often, because I think that having him push the others would even there would be so much more competition. You know, it'd be even closer, and it would push people to the limit, and that's where we find out who's really made of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the first race of the season, great fun. The other one as well was Alsace. Alsace was a completely unexpected, out of nowhere. See, we've never raced there before, and we wanted to go somewhere new this season, but people were still reserved about Alsace. They weren't too sure. And it came from nowhere. What a race that was! Nose to tail, battles across the entire field. It was. I barely kept up with it, to be honest. I sat down after the race and what was that? So those are probably the two standout races for the season. I'd love to go back to Alsace after that. That was a classic race. Obviously, again, Inman run out of fuel at the end of the race. That was
not
always
the first time that's happened.
No, he needs to really get that. Maybe that's where he needs to have the dial in front of his car, not a rev counter or the speedo, the fuel gauge.
Yeah.
So that was mine. What about yours?
My one was Alsace, as you were saying there, with Stephen and Inman and Alex there battling up at the front. I think realistically, that was like the standout one for me. I think the second one for me, and it completely surprised me, was Agoto getting the at Tokyo in the Porsche.
That was a shock.
Yeah. Here we go then. Starting grid then for the finale. And it is Inman, Alex, Randy Moore, Stephen, Gianni, Lord Martin, Kofi, Pledgy, Keanu, Knight, Right, Greaser, Cromac, and LeBomb and Duff. There we go. Oh, was that right?
Night Racer will be moved to the back. Just in case he does get stuck again. So that is part of the rules. That is in the rule set.
Do you remember back at this race in season 2 when Dark Brief Slark also had these problems with the lag issues? Yeah.
It's just internet. There's nothing you can say. It's connection issues. We try and mitigate them with all of our rules, but you can only do so much to a point, you know.
Still with us, so that's a good thing.
Yep. So it's unfortunate that he's at the back. He'll see that quality is pretty much null and void, but he's still in lobby A, so he'll still be happy with that.
Let's look then at the drivers' ratings in the top 15. Alex leads the way. Platinum separate all platinum drivers first to 4th, and then you got 5th to 8th covered by Gold. The Bomber at 9th and Pledgy overall 10th. And you can see that Chrome Magna in the bronze class making an appearance into the top 15. So that's a great show. And so hopefully all the drivers have got their fuel mixtures up to 6, save a bit more fuel, put those tyres weaving left and right. Can we see what tyres they're starting with? I'm guessing it's going to be all mediums for all throughout the field. So there's a look there at Inman, Alex. Looks like that's mediums for Law, mediums for Martin. Looks like it's going to be mediums throughout the field, I reckon. Yeah,
I'm going to have to invent a new rule for next season. start the race on a different kind of tyre, you get extra 10 points. But if someone else tyre, you lose those points. I think that'd be a great little strategical element. Come on, guys, we want some fun.
So also to note as well, the teams championship there. I noticed that we've got Eamon on the pole, but you've got two chemical racing guys of Marston and Law in the field. Now here they go. Then they're going to go into the death chicane. I think drivers are going to take a little bit cautiously through the first few laps around here, I reckon, and then now we go get into double file formation very, very soon. I wonder what Inman could do. Last week he won the race by doing the undercut, and what he said in his interview, he said he can't match Alex for speed, but he can beat him in terms of strategy. So is he going to employ the same one? Is he going to let Alex go out in front and do the same strategy what he did last week? We'll probably find out then when this race gets underway. Forgot to mention about tyre rule strategy. I think this will be probably like a 30-lap race. We were saying there was it softs 8 laps, 9 laps, mediums 10 or 11, something like that. But anyway, let's get going for the finale of season 5. Inman will get going whenever he wants to, and I think he's away. So off we go for the finale of season 5, and Alex tucks in right behind. Meanwhile, Stephen is already up to third place as they go into turn 1. And watch out for the two GTSV drivers there. They're quite nose to tail. The two Mercs there, nearly blocking each other. But then into the Basilisk chicane they go then for the first time. All nice and tidy through there. Inman a little sideways, but keeps it going. No, but it is still Inman, Alex, and Stephen. No, Randy Moore. It's gone into third position. So Stephen must have made a little mistake through the Basilisk chicane, but he tucks in behind, ahead of Gianni. Yeah, that is. As we look then underneath the Lorini Bridge and then in towards the 6, 7, 8, 9 complex, Hydra, Pirelli, Phoenix. All single file there, top 5 nose to tail. A little bit of a gap there further back, but it is still Inman. And I think Randy Moore, who actually wants a piece of this actually to get into the lead of the race. So that'll be a big surprise.
Yeah, I don't know whether Inman got nudged into turn 1, but he had a bit of a wiggle, so it was interesting to see Alex go round the outside of Inman.
Kofi went a little wide.
I think Inman quite obviously, but nicely shut the door there. So
yeah, Randy did a bit did the smartest thing there to go single file into the death chicane. Hopefully everyone's gone through there nice and cleanly through the death chicane for the first time. Now sweeping over to the right hand side of the track, trying to bring it back to his Inman. Now Alex just goes back onto the racing line into the Medusa for the first time, but Inman already feeling the pressure as Randy gets into the sideways of Alex. And has that culminated in a domino effect? I don't think it has. But Gianni's worked his way up into 4th, and Stephen down to 6th. Stephen's not been quite good when it comes to these first laps. He seems to lose spots when he goes in there. But here comes Alex to the inside. He's going to have the outside for Basilisk chicane. Can he break really late on Inman? Who gets into him? He's through, I think. Yes, Alex is through. But watch out for the Belgians of Randy Moore. Now they're bumping on the straightaway. Door handle to door handle. Gianni and Randy Moore trying to work together. Inman's now leading, and I think Randy's going to go into 2nd place. That's not in the script for Inman. Yeah,
it's all door to door rubbing his racing type things, but I don't think Inman's going to be particularly happy with that move. But Randy Moore obviously showing his nose as well. That was very important for Inman not to lose that position to Randy Moore so he can keep going.
And this is what he did last week. He stuck in behind. He was patient enough throughout the whole race, and then did the undercut in the 2nd pit stop, and that's what got him the win. Stephen having a look on the inside of Law, going in towards 10 sharp. Was that someone went way off there? Was that Kofi?
I think that was a bit of lag, to be honest, because I think he just had water back. Yeah, no, he's back in position. I thought that was about to be one of the biggest incidents we've seen of the season.
That was going to be like a kamikaze thing. There goes Inman through the death chicane. Oh, Inman just squeaked the wall there, and he's lost a bit of time, and now here comes Randy.
I think that gave him a bad run there. I think we might see Randy make a move, but
he's reluctant to make a pass. Oh, he's having a lunge through Medusa. I know we're only 3 laps in this race, but it's a good showing here for the GTSV boys. They're sitting 3rd and 4th. But Inman, he's got to worry now with Randy and Gianni now, because he's defending him for his life. We're missing someone. Someone's made a mistake. Who's that down in last position? Oh, it's Keanu. Keanu.
So maybe
This has
Keanu
got
made a
the line.
mistake through the death chicane because he was up there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was up there, yeah. At 149, so yeah, he did go off this time by. So then Alex, Inman, Randy, Gianni, Stephen, that's your top 5.
Gianni!
Gianni has just lost it at Lorini's.
Wow.
And Randy lost his friend.
Wow, that was close. They nearly hit his teammate there. That would have been one hell of a debrief after that. Yeah, he just got on the curb and that was it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, hit the curb at clutch, and that's all she wrote there for Gianni, so shame there.
He done a fantastic job to actually avoid anyone there, because he could have quite easily steamed up the inside into
And then Stephen is now gone into 4th with the demise of Gianni. Law in 5th. Still might not be good enough to take the title, we think, for the gold tier category. Kofi in 6th, Martin 7th. So, and again, cars there scraping the wall, going into towards the death chicane. Look at them all bouncing that through there. Law scrapes the wall on the exit. And again, Alex now defending from the lead from Inman. This is not the strategy I thought what Inman was going to do. I thought he was going to maybe stay in behind Alex there.
The thing is, he needs to force Alex below or down the order. So he needs to fight Alex, put him in a compromised position so other people can make places on them.
To the outside there at 10-1, but he's going to have the inside for the first of the Basilisk chicane. And is Alex just going to let him go by? I think he may have. Yes, does he? Ooh, Inman, a little bit of door. Well, thought there was a bit of contact, but he's back through. So Inman's retaking the lead. Alex now dropped to 2nd. Randy still in 3rd. Stephen 4th. Law 5th. Kobe 5th. La Bomba in 7th. Looking good for the silver tier title too. Was La Bomba and Martin in 8th. Right up there with Randy Morgan losing it then at Lorini's, and now in towards Hydra, Pirelli and Felix they go. I love that camera angle, but look at them. Oh, nose to tail. Oh, single file following the racing line.
It's been very clean so far. I don't think I've actually seen anyone, a huge mistake into anyone. So that's very, very, very good from all the drivers to be driving this closely. I think Randy was having a look.
Yeah, Alex was trying to have a look on the outside. It's sharp here. They're going to go side by side through the first part of the bus stop chicane. Oh, goodness me. Look at them. Absolutely nose to tail. There's like a cigarette paper between the three of them. Look at them. Nearly a quarter of a second between those top 3. Through the left chicane. Now, Alex a little bit iffy off there. He didn't lose too much time.
There's nothing harder than following a car through that chicane. You cannot see anything other than their rear wing. And that's... I mean, when you have to perfect the line anyways, not being able to see makes it so difficult.
Just seen a battle there with La Bomba and Martin there battling for 7th and 8th respectively. And now here we go then, Inman and Alex side by side yet again. And then it's the Kane. And it is still Inman there. I know I'm not that hyper here.
Oh, I think Randy Moore lost it.
Oh, I think that was Randy Moore lost it, yeah. Wow, he's just kept it going though, only just. I mean, that must have been a mother and father of a save there. So now that's put Stephen into 3rd and Law into 4th. Here's a replay. So let's see what happened to Randy. Did he just lose it on the exit?
Yeah, just touch the gravel.
Oh, and I tell you what, Kofi did very well to avoid that there. Good awareness there from Kofi.
But that's broken up the field. That's allowed Alex and Inman to break away. So Inman won wide.
Inman ran very wide there, off of Felix there. Not a place to usually where people go off there.
He'll have to go defensive into the hairpin, which he has done, because Alex had a proper run on him there.
Yeah, Inman looks like he's struggling at the moment there, probably feeling the pressure of Alex yet again.
But that's been the story of the season, hasn't it? It's been these two, but Nuggy's been there pushing and not really making any mistakes, whereas Inman's shown some cracks throughout the season. The incident with Kofi that I mentioned earlier on, the running out of fuel, like he's just not been as clinical as Alex has been throughout the season.
I think we've lost someone as well. Have we lost Stephen? We've lost Stephen.
I think Stephen might have binned it.
He might have, yeah. Where is he down to? 14th?
Yeah, Stephen's hit the chicane.
He must have, yeah. He's been a victim.
Oh, he has.
Yeah, he did.
Can we see how it happened, or is that
I think that might be a bit too
that
late.
might
I
be too
reckon.
late.
I think they were
That's
3
okay.
wide for 3rd place actually. And Randy Moore, after making a mistake a lap ago, he's back to 3rd. Wow. I tell you what, that's a good recovery drive there from Randy. But look at Alex all over the back of that Lexus now. Through Medusas they go. Over 10 minutes have been done. 38 minutes to go, and it is still the two that have been effectively the class of the field all the way through this season. Inman leading though with Alex 2nd, and he got this titanic scrap for 3rd place between Randy Moore, Law, who's on course to win the Gold Tier Championship if he stays where he is, and Goldfeet in 5th, and then Martin. I think at this rate, Kenny Gold will probably win the team's title too, with their drivers being 4th and 6th respectively. And there's Stephen now all the way down in last position, and he was one of the victims of hitting the death chicane. As again we're looking at Randy still holding on to P3, then Law and then Kofi back with the top 2. Now Inman scraping the wall there, sparks flying there.
Oh.
Nice and tidy through there.
I tell you, that hit for Stephen was the worst one he could have done, because it turned him round. He had to turn around, and that's what lost him so much time.
To Medusa's there, Inman holding the line. We know Inman can defend. We did see it at Kyoto, but it was just unfortunate just to miss out on the last lap. As again looking at the battle for 3rd place with Randy, Law and Kofi starting to drop him back a little bit now. He doesn't want to fall too behind because you've got Martin now, and here comes Law to the inside of Randy, going into the Basilisk chicane. Looks like the Aston of Law, and again Alex trying to find a way by. Inman's giving him the room on the exit, and he's back through. So that's 4 lead changes within the first 8 laps, 7 laps.
Crazy racing between these two. Randy Moore's kept his position, so he'll be happy with that one as well. But he's got a penalty. He's got a penalty. Now I'm guessing did he shortcut the Basilisk chicane? It might have been on this one. This is very easy to do.
Oh, clutch. Oh. Well, that's an interesting one. I don't see he did anything wrong, I must admit.
Oh yeah, I'm not entirely sure how he's got that one then.
Yeah, that is a very odd one.
Not seen that one before, but he got it and he served it correctly, so...
Bound it, yeah.
So
He hasn't lost too far back though.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate, but it's not a race ender.
Oh god, look at the sparks fly when they go into the death chicane there. Oh, Alex nearly hit. Yeah, Inman's got a great one, and again Alex going defensive to the right side of the track he goes. And Inman, is he trying to lean on Alex going into Medusa? No, just goes back onto the racing line. Aston versus Lexus. It is Britain versus Japan. Who's going to come out on top of this one? Inman's got the run off the exit.
Right round the outside. What a move.
Nice pass there.
Wow. That might be move of the season, that one. Big guy around the outside there.
So look at replay of Law there. Still holding on to 3rd place though, but he's got Kofi, who's caught up now. And again, I think we're missing Martin. Martin's dropped a bit back because he was a lot closer to Randy. He did a 1:39.8, so he must have made a mistake at the death chicane.
There may have been a small scrape on the wall.
Yeah.
So again, it's unfortunate, but not an end of the world. Crow's doing well in 10th as we focus on him now.
I tell you what, give a shout out to Darth. We've not talked about Darth Nyloose there. He's up to 7th, and he started in 14th place, a dead last. There he is there. Just noticed their night race, so he must have made a mistake because he's down now in 14th position. Not unless he's made a pit stop, I don't know. But there he is. They started 14th. He's up to 7th, and like I said last week, he was in lobby C. He started dead last and still won the race by 26 seconds. He was saying last week. But anyway, the top 2 again, nose to tail. Law holding on to that 3-car battle for 3rd.
Wow, it's so committed through there. And Nuggy had a moment. I mean, even when the car's settled, it's not settled. Like, you think you've made it through the corner, and then it'll nap. And that's what you just saw there with Nuggy's car.
Just amazed how they're just keeping it nice and clean through it, on this track alone, because Alex and Inman will be battling nose to tail all the way through the start of the race. And again, Inman going defensive into turn 1. He's pretty much going to sacrifice the inside of the Basilisk chicane, is he? No, Alex is going to drop him behind. Further back, though, Kofi's trying to challenge third on Law.
And he's got it.
Round the outside, too. Lovely. Oh, it gets a little sideways in the middle of the Basilisk chicane, but he's through anyways.
That's the danger of running on these curbs. They can easily unsettle the car and send you sliding or spinning. So he did well to hold that there. I've seen many a car spin round.
Oh yeah, and I mean if them three cars are still battling for battling, it's going to allow Martin and Darth, who's really caught up to the back of them. He is flying around here.
He's done very well for himself, hasn't he? We might the greatest recoveries of or greatest moving ups in ARC history here.
Back again with the top two. Again, nose to tail they are. 32 minutes to go. Probably will be making their first pit stop sometime soon. I did say I reckon like lap 11, maybe lap 12 if they're all on medium tyres to get their first stop out of the way. Back again on board with Darth. See what Martin, I don't know if they're working together, but Martin's been somewhat, I mean the few times you've seen Martin race, he has been a little bit aggressive, so to speak, but he's having a good showing here. There's a look at Crow in ninth, trying to hunt down fellow American the Bomber. Them two are fighting for different tiers championship though. The Bomber in the silver and Crow in the bronze won. And again, back with the top two, and Alex has lost a little bit of ground on him, but not too much, but he'll be within slipstream distance as Kofi's the first to pit, as well as Darth.
But no Darth's fuel compared to everyone else. Obviously, Crow's a bit of an outlier with the Beetle. We all know how good that is on fuel saving. But yeah, Darth's used a lot more fuel than the other two, so he might have been really pushing that car to get into that position.
Having into Lorini's to go again. Top two still so close there. I wonder if Alex is doing the same what Inman did last week. Is he just... I mean, for Alex, this is fine. If Alex stays where he is, that's the championship sewn up. But yeah. I think he'll still want to go for the win, knowing us. He will still go for the win.
Of course he will. He's a racing driver. He's going to want to do it in style. But second place will do him. He doesn't need to press the issue. And again, he's got to think, one hit of that chicane, one misplaced movement on Inman causing an incident or whatever, can lose him it.
Could watch out for Kofi in that lot because they were the ones to first make the pit stop.
Yeah, the undercut's going to be powerful.
Yeah, I like it was last week at Lago when Inman undercut Alex by nearly 4 seconds. It was so they could be a factor come the second stint.
I think Kofi's gained about a second on this lap.
Pretty much, yeah. I wonder if the top two are going to be pitting. They should be coming around the last corner soon. Is the top two pitting? No, they're going to battle again. They're going to do another lap. And Alex this time has got an overlap. Look at Inman then hugging up against the pit wall, nearly pushing him into the grass, but he's going to have to concede the position into turn one. Or is he going to hang it on the inside of the Basilisk chicane again? Late braking this time, and Inman just holds on.
I mean, pushing Alex right up against the pit wall there. There was no space for him there, but it's all fair. There's still track there. And Alex had the guts to keep going, so it's hard racing, but it's fair racing.
But the problem is they'll be probably having some marbles now on those cars. Let's look at Bridge. You ain't seen a lot of him. He's sitting in third place, but he's yet to pit, and Stephen recovering from the spin, but he's yet to pit. And there's Kofi, who was the first to make the pit stop. He's now in 7th place, only 18 seconds adrift of the leader Inman. Then you've got Law, and then you've got Darth in 9th, and Randy Moore, who's just come out then in 10th position. So the undercuts not really worked out for Randy.
I think the undercuts really worked for Darth though, because he's right behind Law. Law's essentially third on track, or was third on track. Kofi's jumped Law.
Yeah, so Kofi jumped Law.
So Kofi's now jumped up to third. So the undercuts really worked.
The top 6 have not yet pitted. I think the others further down have.
So what we're seeing here is how powerful and how strong the undercut really is.
I mean, if them two are still battling side by side, like I says, it's going to allow Kofi and Law to get back into this battle. Now, are they going to be pitting? Alex is he going for the undercut? No. And Inman followed suit too, and he was definitely seeing what Alex was doing.
That was a late move into the pit lane, but there's no rules against cutting those lines, so he's perfectly within his right to do it.
I wonder if he was looking in his mirror to see if Alex was pitting or was he going to stay out and do another lap. But anyways, Predji now leads the race. And watch out for Kofi. Where's he going to come out when Inman and Alex are going to come? I think they've... oh, they're just behind now. But don't forget, though, these two have got 2 fresh and lap tyres.
They're still fighting.
They're still battling side by side. And Stephen's in the mix, but he's not pitted yet.
So they're all still on the same compound of tyres, so it's all fair. They're still racing each other. There's no strategy involved here.
The only difference, though, is that Kofi's got 2 more laps worn of tyres than Alex and Inman, so he's got to stay there, maybe save some fuel, and then he can play a part in this there. He wants to get a first win of the season, does Kofi. He's only got 1 podium. Also,
importantly, Kofi's tyres are warm. Those other two tyres need to get some temperature in them. So Kofi's in a really good position here to make a move.
Alex again going to the outside, going into a turn 10 sharp. He's going to go late braking around the outside. Is he going to get the run off the corner? No, Inman holds off. I tell you what, Inman is a very good defending driver to hold off Alex. I did say we did see that in Kyoto 3 weeks ago, but unfortunately he just missed out because he ran out of fuel at the end. But he's just showing signs again how he can defend his position as he goes right up against the right side of the wall. Because Alex had a great run there off of the dev chicane, and Alex trying to lead on Inman going into Medusa, but Inman still holds on to second.
He's not giving him any space, is he? It's great defensive driving. He's like, all right, you go up the inside. I'm gonna squeeze you there. You can go there, but your line's gonna be compromised.
Law to the inside of Stephen. Don't forget, them two had a mammoth titanic battle at the Nürburgring back in the first round. Them two are going at it again as Alex going to the inside of the Basilisk chicane. Law's got his way by through Stephen. Alex almost sideways off the exit of the Basilisk chicane, and he's got the second place, but Inman's got the inside for clutch at 10-4. They're nearly the door handle bumping and that into Lorini's. Can Inman hold into third place, or second place, sorry? And he still does, or does he? Will the Aston have to speed off the corner? He's through. Alex is finally through this time.
You don't go side by side through that right-hand kink. I don't know how they made it through each other to the barrier. It doesn't make any sense. But fair play to the both of them. You know, again, Alex is really pushing it here, trying to get into ahead of it, because I think he senses the threat Kofi behind.
They are catching up on Predji, though. They're just like nearly 3.5 seconds away from Predji, but he's not yet made a pit stop. Neither has his teammate Stephen in 6th position. And also there, you just saw in the background there, Darth in that Mercedes there. Oh, they're scraping the wall, going into a left chicane. Alex fully sideways on the exit.
Kofi was also fully sideways. The 2 of them had proper slides through there.
Yeah, Randy Moore definitely was the biggest loser out of all that. And here we go again, side by side, yet again. Through Medusa they go. In goes Predji. So he's now coming in to make his first pit stop. And Alex still holds on, but he's now in the lead of the race. Kofi now in 3rd, Law 4th. Top 4 nose to tail there. If Law can stay where he is, that's good enough to win the Gold Tier Championship in his words. And Inman's back through.
Could we be seeing Stephen and Pred doing a one-stop? Is that Supra able to last that long on the tyres to do it? Because that's a very late pit stop, and Stephen still hasn't pitted yet, I don't believe.
Can we see his tyres actually?
So
can we have a look?
So he hasn't pitted. I think the Supras are going for a one-stop here. So we could be genuinely about to see some unexpected results here, because they are going to gain 15 seconds easily. So,
oh, here we go. And look at Law. He's having a look at the inside of Kofi, and he's got 3rd place. So Law now into P3. Alex nearly running on the grass on the exit of Sharp. I tell you what, forget Agotto getting the pole position. This has been the race of the season so far.
Yeah,
we're just past halfway in this race.
It's so close between the 4 of them.
Don't forget 5-2, because Darth is there.
Oh, yeah.
These 4 able to slip up, which they are racing so hard and clean too. And I mean, it's great to see, and that's what we want to see in the ARC.
Darth is looming like a Sith Lord in the background there. He's going to make pounce soon. Or we should edit over some Vader noise.
Oh my god, they're going to go free abreast into turn 1. Who's going to come out on top? Law flashing the lights into turn 1. He's going to have the inside for the Basilisk Chicane. Law, best position he's ever had. Has been a second. He wants to take the lead and he's through. Law, absolutely sensational pass. 3 wide through there. Kofi wants to get involved as well. I tell you what, if Law wants to win the Gold Tier Championship, he'll win it in some style too. He's not had a win in the ARC. The last time we saw Law leading the race was the season finale at Barcelona before he lost it at the first corner on the second lap. Someone's just mentioned in the chat this race has Abu Dhabi. I agree. I think Inman pushing Alex right into the pack here, wanting someone to overtake him. That's his only chance to win this. And now he is in the pack, so now he can start pushing. And now look who's lurking. Darth is lurking in that AMG as Inman looks to the inside now, edge sharp, and he's back through. How many lead changes have we had now in 16 laps? Like 12? Something like 12. It's crazy. Oh no, they're side by side. They're side by side. Who's going to back out? Aston v Aston. Who's going to come out on top? Oh, it's an Aston. I think Alex gave Law "You're not coming through here, sunshine" tap. And that's unusual because we know Law's quite a hard racer. He'll try and overtake you as hard as he can. So there was a small tap there on the apex of the first corner. So I think Law sensibly backed out. He knew that he wasn't going to win that one. And again, up against the pit wall we go yet again. Lap 17 then, 22 minutes to go. Alex back into the lead of this race. Oh, is Inman trying to hang on the outside? No, he doesn't. He tucks it behind. Back onto the racing line. On board now with Kofi. I tell you what, it's a sorry, we're not seeing the other drivers through the field. It's just this battle for the lead has been absolutely anarchy. But what's happening is that this battle in the lead is bringing every single driver back into this. Because Darth is there. Darth is captured. Darth is there. He's within a second now of Kofi. And then you've also got further back in the background, you've got Martin and Stephen, who is, I think you're right there, he could be going for the one stop. So watch out for Stephen. He could be a dark horse here to upset this apple cart here. And I think the top 4 have kind of spread out a bit. Again, Inman running wide off of Phoenix. That's the second time he's done that. I'm surprised he hasn't got a penalty for that then, because that's definitely off track limits. That's Kofi back to third now, and now that's going to allow Darth to catch up with these two cars. On board now with Darth. Don't forget, started 14th. He's up to 5th. He's gained 9 spots. He's going for my record. He's beating it at this rate. Well, would you say last week? Would you say last week he would beat it because he did start last and then won? Yeah, that's a bit of a question one. He wasn't really technically in Lobby C, so I don't think that's. If we put that in, that'd have to little asterisk next to it. Yeah, possibly. But you know, he's gained 9 places from where he started, and it could be improving. So I think your record of yours and Jan's record of 8 overtakes is under threat as Stephen makes his final, his one and only stop. So this is where. They're still going side by side. I think Inman is holding on. No, yeah, he does. I can't catch a breath during all this. I'm knackered already. There's 20 minutes to go. Law's kind of dropped away. So them 2 are having it out. Them 3 are having it out for third. And then you got Martin there just in the background too. Randy Moore 7th, Cro Magna in 8th. And it's just going to be interesting to see where Stephen comes out. If he's got clean air, he might have a chance. I want to see where Stephen is. When he came out the pits again, Inman nearly running wide there. There he is, down in 14th place. But more importantly, he's got clean air. And he's only 28 seconds adrift. That might be a bit too long. He had to put in an awful amount of fuel, though, I reckon. Well, Stephen has to go for the contra strategy because it's the only way he's going to get anything out of this. Is trying something different. If he stays what everyone else is doing, that spin at the death chicane has killed the race for him. Wow. That was close. I thought there was going to be some more sparks flying. And again, up to the right side now goes Inman. Alex on the racing line, side by side for Medusa for like the 74th time. Who's going to come out on top this time? It's still going to be Inman. And then shuts the door in Alex's face, even though we had the run.
I'm just not going to talk when they're going through a death chicane, because every single time I do, there's a moment.
Again. Now up against the pit wall yet again. Alex is through, but Inman's got the inside for the Basilisk. Late on the brakes, and Alex is back through. Another lead change. I tell you what, who needs DRS? Who needs it?
Yeah, yeah. We need low aero issues and some old Astons and some old Lexuses. Stick them into some Formula 1. Great.
I tell you what, even though it may be the season finale, but they're definitely putting on a show. Let me tell you that.
I mean, to be fair, Ocon and Hamilton do play this game. Maybe we could get them in ARC. I'll shoot them an email.
Oh yeah, that'd be quite nice actually. Yeah, here we go again, side by side through Sharp. Oh, going down the straightaway towards Sharp. Inman on the outside, Alex on the inside. Inman, can he get the run off the corner of Sharp there? Oh, Alex a little bit twitchy. Gets into the side of Inman, may have lost a little bit of momentum, and Alex is still in the lead.
The only thing I can think.
Oh,
there we go. I said it again. I said it again. I need to stop commentating through the death chicane. The only thing I can think is the fact that Law and Kofi, their tyres are obviously starting to drop off a little bit, which is why they dropped back a little bit. Might come into pits sometime soon.
I reckon maybe next lap.
There's Darth.
Darth's going to come in, so he's going to go for the undercut.
Could Darth go from last to a podium?
Or a last to first? Because he was within touching distance of these two.
Yeah, it's not like he wasn't there.
Coming up then with 50 minutes to go. There's a good battle going on there. Martin and Randy Moore, 5th and 6th. Martin racing and he's actually leading the silver race there. La Bomba in 8th, but it's still, I think it'll be still good enough for La Bomba to win the championship in that class.
Yeah, Law and Kofi have definitely dropped off the pace. They're dropping a couple of tenths through the middle sector now, so they need to come in and pit and get those softs on and to run to the end.
I think I would say, I mean, because they did pit on lap, I think it was lap 10 they pitted, so they've gone 10 laps again. So they could go for a 10 lap stint on the soft tyres, but they'll fall off the cliff.
They would fall off very quickly. So
yeah,
I can't predict this.
No, neither can I. I mean, Stephen is there too. Don't forget for Stephen, because he's made this one and only stop. It's going to be interesting to see where these two guys will come out and where will Stephen end up in.
Well, talking about Stephen, he's got the fastest lap.
Oh yeah, well, there you go, 1:37.0. He's up there in 12th position, so he has passed Darth, and Darth did make that pit stop. As Darth lights up some dust there going into the chicane. And there we go, Kofi's gone in, so he must have seen that...
Look at Kofi's fuel compared to everyone else's, though. He's got another, 10%.
Yeah, he did say fuel. Oh, again, here we go, side by side. I mean, obviously they're not helping each other, though. I mean, they were working together mid-season, but they're obviously not working against each other.
I think they know that unless something miraculous happens, Nuggy will win the championship, so why not put on a show? I have to say, I did find it funny when you were just commentating there for the moment. The way that you said, "Here we go again," you're already fed up of it. 21.
It's been like constantly that 50 times. I mean, it's getting more, and we want to see,
Question from the chat: is Stephen on mediums or soft? Good question.
Well, by looking at that lap time, he could be on the softs, I reckon.
He's on the softs, yes.
So, yeah. Compared to the other drivers, I think they were in the 38, so see the 37, he must have been on softs. I'm reckoning this will be the time when these two will pit, I reckon. Will they pit this time by, or will they do another lap? They just want to be going through there, just the cars bouncing and getting sideways and that.
It's crazy.
Oh, there's Gianni. Hello, Gianni. We've not forgot about you. He's there in 4th. The Bomber 5th, Chiaru 6th, but I don't think they've pitted to make their second pit stop. And again, okay, Law comes out.
Law.
Actually, where did Kofi come out? Did Darth come out ahead of
No, he
Kofi
didn't.
did come out ahead. Kofi come
Yeah.
out ahead of
But
Darth.
that again, Kofi had so much more fuel, and he's getting Stephen here.
He's flashing some indicator lights on. What's that all about? But anyway, Kofi up to 9th. Now, where's Law going to come out in all of this? Because he was just ahead of Kofi, I believe. And we'll see that Aston will come up very soon. Here he comes. He just comes out of the pit lane. There goes Brett. There goes Kofi. To Darth too.
Darth's got him.
Yeah, Darth's got him. But let's not forget, Darth did pit 2 laps earlier than Law. So out with Law and Kofi and Darth, Law's got more fresher tyres than the pair of them. So here we go. Inman, Alex 1 and 2, Gianni 3, La Bomba 4th, Keanu 5th, Night Racer 6th, and Predji 7th. But I don't think these 7 have made another pit stop. Well, I don't know about if Predji's going to make another pit stop. I know the top 6 have yet to make their second stop. Again, scraping the wall, going into the death chicane. That looks nice and tidy. I think they're going to be pitting this time by, I reckon. I think what time?
They've got to.
Pit?
They've got to be
12, didn't they? Look at the run that Alex had on that straightaway. Now into Badu. Who's going to come in? Are they going to come in together like they did the first time? Yeah, Alex is going in. Oh, my screen's frozen. Oh, and they're both coming.
So
again,
more importantly,
the fuel. Yeah.
So let's see where Kofi comes out in all of this.
Bingo straight game out there is Kofi. Oh, I think was that Pred making over to? Oh no, Pred was on the. Oh, here we go! Out they come, and Kofi could take the lead out of all this, and he's through. So Kofi's into the lead. Oh, it's an absolute mess now further back. Stephen into 3rd, and look at Predji trying to help out with his teammate Stephen. Three abreast on the exit of the Battle of Chicane, and Predji had to back out of it, and Inman has dropped to 6th. Absolute nightmare for Inman.
Where did you lot come from? There was just a gaggle of cars all over the pitch straight.
And look at Stephen in 3rd position, but he does have a lot worn tyres though compared to the likes of Kofi and Alex and that. So, but look at Kofi. He wants to win his first championship race, and that is an absolute disaster for him and not one he wanted to see. But for Alex, it'll be a blessing in disguise to come out 2nd, and Inman is stuck behind Law, and we know how hard of a race Law is. Although he looks like he's just surrendering 4th place there. So he's gifted Inman that 4th place, and he's trying to hunt down Alex.
So yeah, so that's really not worked out for Inman. That's given Alex enough really good breathing space. So he's got to hope to get past Kofi as quickly as possible.
Now this could be a little bit worrying now for Alex, because he was only battling with Inman, but now he's got cars that are behind him and ahead of him, so he can't afford to make a mistake there at the death chicane, because then you've got like the likes of Inman, Law and Darth that will make up.
So now we're going to see Inman's exit, and we cut back. Okay.
Indeed. Right then, so Inman now in 4th. He's got to chase down Stephen. 1.1 seconds he has now over the super driver.
So Stephen's hounding these top 2. That he's still there, but I think his tyres are already, gone. They've already gone for their best. So I think we might see Stephen dropping back a little bit.
Martin's actually set the fastest lap in the race now, 1:36.6. So nice lap there for Martin, who actually just gone into 7th place because he did pass Randy Moore. Predji's down in 8th now.
I think we're about to see Inman make a move. Oh, as he run wide, but
yeah, that's the 3rd time he's done that.
He did have a run on Stephen to go to the
as Alex looks to the inside of Kofi, it's sharp and he's through, so Alex is in the lead. And Inman couldn't get by Stephen going into sharp when he made that little mistake through Felix.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He had the run. I could see the timings falling down, but that small mistake on the exit meant that he couldn't get the run down towards the hairpin.
And And he's through now, saying to Medusa, Inman up to third position. He's got 1.4 seconds to catch up onto Alex. But I wonder if Kofi can try and make a position, try and make a battle with Alex so that Inman can catch up with the top two. Because at the moment he is out within slipstream distance of Kofi and Alex.
He's got a hope. Literally, as I say that Kofi and Alex bite, because that brings him right back into the battle now.
Now he's within slipstream distance now, half a second behind Kofi. So you got the top five then. Alex, Kofi, Inman, Stephen, Law. Stephen's on a different strategy than the other four competitors. Darth is dropping back now in 6th, and Martin and Randy Moore still 7th and 8th, and he was battling with Predji. Now through Hydra, and then into Pirelli and Phoenix, the complex of corners. And Inman's right there. He wants to pounce to get second and then try and get Alex. 7 minutes to go now.
Are they going to go 3 wide into the hairpin?
Kofi was way early, I reckon.
But very early.
Yeah, good instincts from Inman to realise that, and he's up to second. So now Inman, he's done the hard work. He's got to get past Alex now.
And it starts again.
Yep, here we go again.
See, if Kofi's smart here, he'll wait for them to start battling. He'll just sit there and wait. Because there's, what, 6 laps remaining?
He's going to do it again. Inman's going to do the move again when he did a few laps ago, but he's got the lead. But I think Alex just made it stick there. Yes, he does. And again, up against the pit wall they go for like the 29th time, even though we are on lap 26. So about roughly 4, maybe 5 laps to go, and Kofi's going to go on the racing line, trying to get into Alex's slipstream. Inman is through, back into the lead.
So what I was going to say was that Kofi should wait for these two to fight, because I can only see this ending in tears. So this would be the perfect opportunity for him to make them get into the lead.
I mean, don't forget, Alex and Inman have made contact throughout the whole season and in previous races too, or another championship, so to speak. So, it's not out of it for Kofi. He has had a podium finish this season. Trying to think back to where it was. I think it was at Sedegna, wasn't it? He got a 3rd place.
Yes.
So he wants more than that, does Kofi? Oh no, it was Laguna.
And now he's gone 3 wide. He's gone up the inside.
It's Sharp. Has he made a stick though? Oh my God, they're going to go into the death chicane. Oh, who's going to be the unlucky team that's going to back out of it? No, they didn't. But I mean, all the more if they keep battling, Law and Stephen are there to pick up the pieces.
I reckon Law could win this.
Well, the way these three are hammering and battling, hammer and tongs, they're definitely not out of it. Stephen is still trying to hold on to it. No sign of Darth now, unfortunately. He's out of the equation. So it's a 5-car battle now, with coming up with 5 minutes to go. Roughly 4, maybe 3 laps to go.
It's a 5. They're all separated by about 1.5 seconds. We've got 4 laps remaining. Anything can happen here.
Let this race be on the calendar for season 6. Inman to the inside now with the Basilisk. And through he goes, I think. Or is Inman going to... No, Inman has just let him by. So Inman's
got a run.
Yeah, Kofi had a run, though. Alex saw that and protected it. Goodness, actually, from Inman, because he did come out the pits, what was it, in 5th? And he's worked his way back up to leading, so he's done well. But the problem is what are the tyres are holding, because he's done an awful lot of driving to get up there, but Alex hasn't. There's
no doubt that Inman deserves to win this race with all the overtakes he's been doing, but that's not the important. That's not what we award a race win on.
Oh, Kofi didn't want to do an Inman at Phoenix there. Here we go again. No, Alex to the inside and Sharp. No, tries to make a move, and then here comes Law now. Here we go. Stephen's still trying to hold on. 4 minutes to go. Top 5. About less than 1.5 seconds. I mean, what a way to close the season, eh?
Oh, Kofi gets a bad run.
Yeah, and so to the Law. Oh, well, that's now... Oh, Kofi trying to door handle. They're going to be free abreast into Medusa. Kofi in the middle. Law on the inside. Stephen on the outside. And Kofi was the biggest loser out of all of that. And Stevens back in the third position, nearly got pushed off into the grass by Law. Meanwhile, the top two are side by side yet again. Lap 28, 3 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. 3 wide for third place going into turn 1. Now this time it's Steven that's in the middle. Oh, 3 into 1 in the basilisk won't work, I don't think. And Kofi's retaken third.
I mean, so after all of that, they've gone into the same positions that they started it in. Well, that was pointless, lads.
Completely and utterly pointless, and you've lost a lot of time there. Here's a replay there. Kofi getting it all wrong, and Law kind of got held up behind.
I mean, Law, to have the reactions to see Kofi was going to have that bad run, you know, he's done really well to avoid that. That could have been an absolute car crash.
Inman still leads. Alex in second, but it's still good for Alex to win his third title in the GR3 Championship. To the inside he goes at Sharp yet again. Late breaking through there. Second gear corner again. Inman holds off. Alex, Tier B champion in Season 3. Tier A champion in Season 4. Can he be the Platinum champion in Season 5? He's got about 2 more laps to go as Lorne and Stephen are side by side through the first part. Who's going to back out of it in the chicane, the dev chicane? And it's going to be Law. So Stephen up to 4th. 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Side by side again for the lead. Alex has to run, and back he goes into the lead now.
I don't think Kofi's close enough now. I think he's made that mistake through the chicane, has lost the race between the top 2 at this point, unless something amazing between these two.
The way these two have been racing, I mean, I wouldn't count out Kofi just yet.
But look at the fuel. Look at the fuel difference. Alex might run out of fuel. What a way to lose it if he does.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's on course for the 5th win of the season, which will equal the record of Lemmy in Season 2 and Alex Rogers in Season 3. And I mean, if that's the way how he loses the title, he'll be absolutely devastated. But he's got to be careful, though. He can't finish lower than, I think, was it 4th?
4th, yes, 4th.
4th or lower than Inman. I mean, sorry, if Alex can hold on for like another couple more laps, then he's the champion. But if he finishes 5th and runs out of fuel, then it's Inman's title.
See, Alex just needs to save the fuel now. Don't go for the race win.
Oh, he's going for it.
He's still going for it, though.
I admire him for doing it. I completely admire him for doing it, but he wants to go with the win in style.
I just don't think that this is smart for the championship. Like this could again end in tears. Like it could completely ruin it.
Anyway, Stephen and Law have backed themselves out of it, so effectively it could be a 3-car scrap for the win as they make through the dev chicane for the penultimate time, although Kofi kind of scraped it on the exit. So he's out of it now. 2 cars then for the win with 46 seconds to go as they enter the last lap.
So this is it.
This is it, the last lap of the season. Can Alex's fuel hold up for 1 more lap? Up against the pit wall they go. Last lap then, 30 seconds to go.
Inman must have a magnet on the right-hand side of his car towards that pit wall.
I think the other guys down there, their Medusa are going to get another lap in there, I think, as well. So everyone's going to get 31 laps in with 10 seconds to go. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Inman? Is it going to be Alex? Or is it going to be Kofi? Because he's right there now. Look at Inman. Oh, I mean, Alex all over the back of the Lexus then.
Inman is properly parking on that apex. He wants Kofi to come along and get involved in this. It's his only chance. It's his only chance to win the championship.
But will the fuel hold up though for Alex though? Oh, Kofi nearly losing it there up at Phoenix there, so I don't know if he's going to be still there within contention to win this race. Into Sharp they go then for the last time. Inman, Holden, protecting the inside line. Now into the death chicane. Do not mess this up. There's only going to be 1 more overtaking opportunity for Alex doing Addison Medusa, turn 15, scraping the wall, going into it. They all made the death chicane fine, so Alex has got 1 more opportunity. Can the fuel hold on? And again, Inman protecting up against the right side of the wall. Now towards the last corner. Oh, it's going to be so close. Look at Alex's fuel.
Will he make it?
Oh my goodness me, and they go then towards the line.
He's on the grass.
On the grass. This is going to be a photo finish here. They're side by side across the line. Who's going to get in? It's Inman only just by 26 thousandths of a second.
Wow.
Inman wins it though, and Alex is the champion. But what a way to end it there. Kofi third, Stephen fourth, Law fifth. Is that good enough though to win the Gold Tier Championship with Law finishing fifth?
It's all dependent on Rascal's result. Oh wow, okay.
Oh well, I know you
Something
can't go
happened
sideways. Craig J finishing 14th there, but I think Trey just wanted to slide across the line, which will be a no-no because Stephen had that last week. But boy, oh boy, what a finish there. We didn't see the other drivers there where they finished there, but Inman wins the race by only 26 thousandths of a second, but the championship goes to Alex. Even our producer is speechless, so to speak. He's heart and mouth moments.
So let me get this straight. They've just done 31 laps of basically side by side driving through every single section of that track. No one made any mistakes, and they genuinely just crossed the line with 26 hundredths between the two of them. Or 26,000, sorry. I'm just...
It's mind-boggling, isn't it?
What did I just witness?
Deary me. What an absolute entertaining battle that was there. I hope you people that enjoyed it too. Are we going to get the race results here? Because let's see what the cap was. Was it 26 thousandths or 24? We have to see. Oh, in fact, Kofi's actually left the room, so we're not going to see where Kofi ended up in. But or maybe actually, can we see the race results? Like, what was the gap with first and second? Oh, well, maybe not. Never mind. The only problem is then for Law is I've just seen a message from Wiley Coyote in the race director chat at 20 past 8 saying Lobby B is back up, so they're not finished just yet. So Law's championship has to wait for like another 10 minutes or so. So anyways, we've got people in the chat here, so let's get their reactions then, eh?
I mean, let's be honest. We're gonna have to get both of them here at the same time, right?
Oh, we have to.
Like we're not gonna do a one-on-one here. We're doing a top three thing all at once, because there is just no way that we can't. We need to get both of their views at the same time. All three of them at the same time. There's no way we can do it otherwise.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. We need to get Kofi too, because he did get third place in it. Stephen's up for the chat there. We see Darth too.
Yeah, Darth. So we might be able to speak with Darth. I believe we're having a few issues at the moment, so we're gonna have to delay the things just for the moment. I think they're fixed now. Just as I say that again, why do I even speak? So let's get both him and him and him, because we're having all three in here. Because indeed. I want to have a genuine discussion between the three of you about what the hell I've just witnessed throughout that entire thing. I'm not going to ask any questions here. Go.
Yeah, just go. You use free talk. Just go. We'll just sit.
Well, let's go from the winner's perspective. Sorry to dig the knife in a bit deeper, but the winner's perspective, because what?
Well, firstly, before talking about this race, just a quick note on Alex. He's been so consistent over the season, and I believe that's the championship wrapped up. So I couldn't match him early enough, and yeah, very, very well deserved. Yeah, that was a difficult race. My main sort of concern was backing Alex up into everyone else, so that
we
maybe
knew it. We knew it. We knew
Yeah,
it.
that was like a Hamilton.
I
I
saw the way that you were just parking it on those curbs, and I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? That's exactly what he's doing. There's no way that this race is going to be just a case of Inman driving off into the distance. It's going to be a case of, you know, backing him up, making sure that people can make the moves. I mean, Alex, you probably saw that yourself, right? Like, that's why you're making so many moves. Like, you wanted to break
for
away,
sure.
right?
It was just, and then when I got in front of him, I just couldn't get away. But yeah, it was such a incident-filled race as well. So I want to wait until Wednesday to celebrate. But yeah, well done to Inman and Kofi. But yeah, overall messy race for me. I didn't really like that from my perspective.
from our
So yeah,
perspective,
it
it was
is what
absolutely
it is.
brilliant.
So, but yeah. So I just drove for a little bit of fun. So
I don't know whether there was stuff that we missed then, because from our end it looked like it was all fair game between the two of you. Well, 5 of you at one point, where you were all bumping each other. So
I mean, from my view, it was all clean. So I'm not complaining.
There is going to be if anyone gets involved with this, then you know that can't happen.
It takes a shine away from what happened.
For me, that was everyone battling, you know, as hard as they could.
A very special way to end the season, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be the greatest race that we've had. It rivals Monza season 4. Almost, you know, like, just because of how much it was, you know, the fighting went on. I mean, Kofi, surely you were having the thoughts of, this was my chance, right?
Yeah,
you were just
I
waiting
was having
for
a pretty good race up to then, really feeling it, because started in 8th with not a great qualifying. Ended up fuel saving a ton and being able to even pull out ahead at the end of the second stint.
That undercut really worked for you.
Yeah, I was really looking for my first win. Didn't quite work out because I pit a little earlier. Didn't have the tires, but yeah, great race.
I mean, you know, like, the amount of fuel that you saved, even that Hyundai, the pace you had, you know, do you reckon with a bit of a better quality, you could have actually won it, considering everything? Because I mean, I'm pretty sure that Hyundai, the only way to get pace out of it is by revving it out. So I don't particularly understand how you made it all the way up to 3rd by doing that. I think you might have to create a little bit of a how to drive the Hyundai if you're going to be doing that.
Yeah, I pretty much sat behind Law for the first 2 stints and just saved a ton of fuel. I was coasting a ton into the corners. Like 100 meters before the braking, I was coasting, shifting about like 25%. And yeah, saved a ton of fuel.
But yeah, I mean, legit, there's just nothing. I can't say anything more. I can't ask any more questions because the reaction is quite literally just, what the hell? Like, how did this not end up in tears? All the way through it, me and Savvy were just expecting, you know, there was going to be an accident. There surely had to be an accident. I mean, Inman, the way that you were pushing Nuggy up against the pit wall, what a hell of aggression that was. But obviously then, you know, there was other parts where people were sending up the inside, and again, it was all fair racing and hard racing, but it worked, and just what a spectacle for the end of the season. I'm genuinely shocked at how this has gone down. Like, normally I have really, really good questions for these. Normally I have great insights, but I think it's just more of a case of we just need to sit back and just admire what we just saw. There's no need to pry into it anymore, because to be able to drive like that for 50 minutes, or roughly 50 minutes, you know, behind each other, next to each other, that good, just deserves to just be admired rather than like inspected and dissected. It's not needed. It's just more of a case of do it again. Do it again next season.
Yeah, come on, let's have the previous back for season 6 and do it all over again.
Because because that's what needs to happen. I will ask though. There is one thing that I wanted to notice, because obviously it was a bit of a meme throughout the season. But you, Nuggy, how close were you on the fuel, and were you about to do an Inman? Because I think that had been poetic justice had you had run out in the final race in the exact way that Inman's been doing across this entire season. How close were you?
No, I was comfortably within. So I just calculated it just right. I had more than him on both times when we pitted, so I could just about push everything the last 2 laps, and thankfully I had like 0.2 when I crossed the line, 0.1, so it was still pretty comfortable, so I could just push all the way. So
pretty comfortable. You cut that so fine.
Yeah,
comfortable is an interesting way of putting it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I had control on the fuel, so don't worry.
honestly, guys, like legit, that's got to be. I'm so glad I came back for it because my words, you know, again, I'm speechless. Like, I'm sure from your end, you know, you were, it was an absolute laugh, and you enjoyed every single moment of it.
I'm bathing in my own sweat at the moment.
Yeah, you need to have a nice ice bath.
Yeah.
But I do want to just leave it as open the floor, just, you know, how was the season? You know, did you enjoy it? You know, what was your favourite parts? Well, you know, just sum up the season just in 1 or 2 sentences for us, all 3 of you, and then that's where we'll move on to the other 2.
Yeah, I mean, just while we've got the chance, I think, you know, we speak for everyone in ARC when we've got to say thank you to the guys in red and to you, obviously, and for Kev for doing the stream, and for Savvy for his amazing commentary as well.
Oh, you suck up.
It's been it's been such when you look out there at all the other leagues and communities, you realise how much ARC is. You realise how good it is, and how, you know, how much of a pleasure it is to be here. So yeah, the season's been amazing. It's been so professionally run, and it's just been a blast. So cheers, guys.
Well, thank you. I mean, I wasn't really expecting this to get all a bit emotional, to be honest. But thank you for that. Nuggy, you're, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I would say, yeah, like Inman said, it's what we have here is just so fantastic, and I just can't wait until GT7 in maybe a year to see what we can come up with there as well, and see what we can come up with on GT Sport in the end. So yeah, overall really fantastic season, really well run. So yeah, it's just been really fun racing, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to more. So yeah, it's been really good.
And Kofi?
Yeah, really great season. Lots of close racing, lots of fun racing with other people. Yeah, I'm just excited for the next season where I can hopefully challenge the title.
Yeah, I mean,
I hope to see you back for season 6 because you know, I've said
my
before,
money's on you.
I hate to see people go, but I want to see you back for season 6.
I think these 3 are definitely going to have some very close battles in season 6. Let's put it that way. But we'll close it off here, because we need to just speak to the other 2 just very quickly, because again the top 5 was so close. But fantastic racing, and we'll probably end up chatting to you soon.
Yeah. So
cheers, guys.
Well done,
Thank you.
for your second win, and Alex for his 3rd championship, and Kofi for the podium. So well done, the 3 of you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Goodbye.
See ya.
All right,
right.
let's
just these 2, and then that's how we'll do it. We're going with groups here, because you know that race was just absolutely mental.
In the interest of time.
In the interest of time, because we would like to get as many people spoken to as possible, as it's the end of the season. So, Law, Stephen, your views on that race? I mean, you were almost there, but just missed out.
Well, considering I came from 7 seconds off the pack, I think
Exactly.
I'm very lucky that I even seen the leaders again.
Stephen had the drive of the race, like driver of the day, easily.
I mean, I was gonna question that to you in a second, but I mean, you know, you two were even with the guys up the front doing their own thing. You two were still putting on it. We couldn't even focus on you two while you were doing your little battle, just because the front was so close. So, just
it was madness. Like the whole race was mad. There was 2 and 3 wide. There was nearly 4 wide, I think.
Basically, me and Stephen and Kofi were just like, we really hope that like Edmund and Alex just bottle it at the chicane at some point. We're just thinking they're going to kill each other at some point, and it nearly happened. I think like halfway. Lap 17. Lap 17, when I took the lead, I was like, okay.
I mean, lost at the top of the S's in front of me as well.
Yeah, there was a couple of moments where I genuinely thought those two were about to kill each other. Simply put, there's no argument. I thought Alsace was good, but this was just.
This is the best arc race I've been in.
I enjoyed that race more than I enjoyed Tokyo winning it. That was fantastic.
you came fifth here. So, I mean, I got to ask, you know, Law, when was it fourth? Fourth.
I finished fifth.
You swapped. I didn't even see it. I'm so just focused on the top battle. So apologies, but I gotta ask Law. You know, when they did come out of the pits and you were there and you made that move for first, did you have that hope that you could actually make it stick?
No.
And you know,
no. No, I was just doing it just to fuck. Pardon me. I was just doing it to put a spanner in the works. You know, it's just like, you know, screw it, why not? I seem to be doing this thing where, like, in the last race of the season, I take the lead but last time it was for 1 corner against you, Tilly. This time it's for 3/4 of a lap. So, you know,
hey, you're improving. Hopefully, season 6, 1 lap, 2 laps, and then maybe it's an entire race. Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know how I got the car to the end there on them softs.
Well, we've got to move on to you, Stephen, as well.
Yeah.
The death at the chicane.
Stuff that killed me, man. I ended up backwards,
Yeah,
just
like
completely gone.
I said it on the stream. That was probably the worst death that you could have had through there.
Engine
damage as well.
Oh, you had everything as well. Wow.
And I was the wrong way, and I had to reverse after the grid passed me.
Yeah. So fair play, because in that situation, a lot of people would panic and reverse into the pack, and cause even a worse collision. So I've got to hand it off to you for keeping it cool. But was the one stop the plan all the time, or did you switch
Absolutely
to that
not.
because of it?
I never practiced one stop all week. I barely even got practice in the last couple of days either. But just when that happened, I was like, I have to get rid of it. I have to get some time. So this is the only way I did it. And I seen a couple of lads trying it. So I was on lap 16 on the mediums, and they were feeling terrible. But every time I got round to the pits, there was someone in front of me. So I was like, just hang on to the slip. You'll gain the time back in the slip, hopefully. And then in lap 17, same thing happened again. I got slip. The stars aligned because he pulled me around the lap, and then I came in at 18, and that I think was just enough. Like, if I actually planned to come in at lap 16.
Yeah.
So the 12 laps, I think it was 13 maybe even on the softs, but just managed to hang on to it. The whole last lap I was sliding. It was just wheel spin. I don't know how.
His defending was
at any
unreal.
point.
Your defending was unreal, Stephen. Like,
thanks very much.
Fair play to you two for making it, the top 5, finishing 3 seconds less or whatever than behind each other. So,
I can't believe I'm anywhere even close to the leaders.
So go Savvy.
So will we see you for season 6 then, Stephen and Law?
I'm down for season 6, absolutely.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh yeah.
Always keen for it. Is it going to be in Gran Turismo 7? Who knows?
I say do a Dragon's Trail season, just that
Seaside every single race.
Can I just give a shout out to Darth, because I felt like he was an unsung hero of the race, like starting last, and he was in the mix after the second stops. Like,
well, we wanted to have an interview with him, but he didn't. He was in the chat, and then he left. So unfortunately, that's the way it goes.
And Kev needs to walk the dog as well, so he needs to cut it in.
Okay.
Oh, actually, and I spotted, lads, you noticed the thanks to Ark on the side of my car. Fair play to you, lads. Appreciate you putting it all together for us.
Oh yeah, you've won the championship because of that.
Yeah, we decided that
lovely, lovely.
screw the entire points. Alien Hunter Racing's won, so
Certainly.
yeah. So yeah, so well,
Is Lobby B finished?
I actually don't know. So
Lateral is just typing
Lateral is
right now as
typing.
we're speaking.
Rascal won.
Rascal
so
won,
I think he's done it. I think he's done it.
Got you.
So I think that's Rascal winning it.
Ah.
Well,
Oh no.
I mean, we'll have to find out. Unfortunately, we are with Lobby B running over. We are going to have to obviously cut this
Yeah.
out. But I think Rascal has won it. So
Yeah.
so we'll get all that confirmation out later on in Discord. But I've got to say thank you guys for that.
No worries.
And I'm sure we'll see you again on stream soon. So
Mhm.
All right. Thanks. Cheers. See you guys.
No.
Bye bye.
Well, there you have it. We had
That's it.
interviews then of 5 drivers there. So there you go. That has been the season 5 of the Adrenaline Racing Community Gr.3 Championship. Congratulations for Inman getting the second win of the season. Congratulations though to Alex getting his a trifecta of championships.
Yeah.
Again, thank you to Chili being with me in the booth, and a massive thank you for Kev for conducting all of this.
Yeah,
He's done a wonderful job.
It's been great fun, like this is the opportunity is here. Obviously I haven't been here every week, due to real life commitments and stuff like that. It's I always don't like not being able to show up to these, so the ability to actually be able to watch and commentate and provide some insight, which I hope people value and or saw some value into it. And it's been great. It's been great to watch the entire thing. Obviously, I've had my own rough patches throughout the season. Obviously, I've sort of taken a step back in the Discord, but that doesn't mean that I'm disappearing. I'm still here, obviously, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get back into the entire thing when my life gets back on track. I would like to say to all the drivers watching, whether you're watching it live, on record, I will be doing, or would like to do, a big podcast. I'm going to speak to you, Savvy, about this. I haven't actually brought it up to you yet, so apologies.
I want to be involved.
To you. I would like to do a big season review of everyone involved. This is open to all drivers from all lobbies. I kind of want to do it almost like a BBC type thing, where me and Savvy are sitting down. We get drivers doing interviews, talking through their best parts of the season, the worst parts of the season. Don't be afraid to talk about your worst parts. We won't take the mick out of you too much. But I want this to be a big community thing. Edit it all together. It's going to be like an hour-long thing, fingers crossed. But I would like the community to come together. Bring your own stuff. Bring your videos. Upload them to YouTube. Whatever you need to do, send them to me. We'll have a chat with them. We'll make a story of the season. And fingers crossed, it'll be nice. Ladder will go away. I'm in a monologue.
Oh wow, you just
that worked. So that's what I'd like to do. If everyone's willing to do that, then that would be fantastic, and we can get that released hopefully in the next month as a summary to the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to say. I'm sure Savvy, you would want to join in on that.
Yeah, I was going to say big thank you to all the drivers that took part in this season, and also a bit massive thank you to the people behind the scenes working on all this. Like I said, Kevin, the productions and Technical Guy doing some work. There's been a whole host of other crew for doing the spreadsheets as well. It's been a great season. It's been a dramatic improvement of what we did in previous seasons. But I mean, this one's been the best production-wise. It's been fantastic. And I just big massive thank you to everyone involved, and let's hope we can do the same again for season 6, and hope we get these drivers back again and see what they're capable of in for next season of the Gr.3 Championships.
Yep, that sounds good.
Cool.
It does.
Before we go, I'd like to say one thing. Thank you to you two both as well. You did a great job. I think the broadcast turned out absolutely 100% top-notch professional. I'm really glad that what we will have been able to put together.
It's been great, hasn't it? It's been a proper laugh.
Yeah.
The ability to do this has been a great experience. So hopefully next time, I mean, I'm happy to come back again if everyone wants me. So That'll,
I'm sure they would do it. Yeah, Savvy and Chili back in the booth for season 6.
yeah.
I feel like it'd be improved.
I'll tone it down for next season. I won't be as shouty and as annoying as some people have found me. So.
Oh.
Oh
well,
no, it's fine. No.
Anyways, we'll probably end the stream here, anyways, because I need to walk the dog. Kevin needs to walk his dog. Anyways, that has been the conclusion of season 5. I've been Savvy.
I've been Chilly.
And we'll see you again for sorry. Have you seen Kevin?
We're not used to our producer being here. End it.
Very weird, very weird. Goodbye.
Yeah, you end it. You actually end it, Kevin.
All right, well,
you have the
thank
final
y'all.
say.
Thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. We've grown a lot over the past races, and hopefully we'll see you next season. Ladies.
Bye.
Bye-bye.